That you please rise as you are able. Remove your hats. And veterans, render a hand salute as the Nellis Air Force Base Honor Guard presents our nation's colors. Here to offer tonight's invocation, please welcome Motor Racing Outreach Chaplain, Billy Malden.
Heavenly Father, as we rise up tonight to recognize your presence in our lives, we're looking forward to kicking off a great weekend of racing. Father, thank you for your goodness in our life. Lord, I ask you to watch over these drivers, teams, officials, Lord, everybody. Give us a good night, a safe night of racing. As always, we remember our men and women of our armed forces, first responders who are watching out and protecting our freedom. Be with them, their families. May your peace surround us all. It's in Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome 18-year-old rising country music artist from Sacramento, California, Eva Lynn.
Lucy, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets bursting in and roof through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of free and the home of the brave.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is almost time to go racing for the first time this weekend at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And tonight, for you, we have the running of the Craftsman Truck Series race at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway here this evening. A 200-mile, 134-lap race in tonight's special primetime edition. Late start time for us here on the East Coast, during time zone side of things. Excuse me. I've been up since 4:45 this morning. I had to work. So, and I have to work again tomorrow. It's been a long day for me, but hopefully you guys are here. I will try to do the best I can to not slip up on my speech too many times. It's kind of reminded me of the Rolex 24 stream a little bit with how dreary-eyed I am at the start. Now, I will say I will be more awake than what I was at certain points during the Rolex 24 stream, so the energy level will still be high. And I'm sure the racing quality is going to be pretty high as well. This was, in my personal opinion, one of the better races for the Truck Series last season. It was a relatively clean race, but a lot of good battles for the lead throughout the first couple of stages, and then even into stage 3, despite the longer green flag runs. Once we got through the green flag pit stops, it was tough to run down Raja Karuth, but honestly, the racing caliber side of things, we're going to see a lot of comers and goers in this first stage because we have a lot of drivers starting mid-pack, back of the pack, who didn't qualify particularly well, looking for the handling side of things for when this race begins, and a lot of drivers who we don't usually see Everybody tuning into this one. We'll go through the starting lineup for tonight's Truck Series race at Las Vegas real quickly here. We got Corey Day on the front row, starting on the pole. In fact, first career pole in the Truck Series for him. Of course, the young dirt racing phenom. Tyler Ankrum, full-time Truck Series driver, of course, will be on the front row as well. starting to the outside. In row number 2 will be Jake Garcia and Justin Haley. And in row number 3 will be Stuart Friesen and the defending winner of this race, Raja Karuth. In row number 4 will be Ty Majeski and rookie Gio Ruggiero, who had a great set of runs on the super speedways at Daytona and Atlanta a few weeks ago. Dawson Sutton with Connor Mosack will round out the top 10 in row number 5. In row 6 will be the 3-time truck champion Matt Craftsman, along with a former Xfinity Series champion Daniel Hemrick. Andres Perez and Jack Wood will make up row number 7, and row 8 will be a very experienced row as well. Ben Rhodes and Corey Heim could see the winner coming out of that row here tonight. Chandler Smith and Tanner Gray will be behind them in row number 9, and in row 10 in the top half of the field, Bailey Curry and Grant Enfinger. Spencer Boyd with Caden Honeycutt will be in row number 11, row 12 for Lane Riggs and Matt Mills. William Sawalich in the field tonight, driving the one truck for Tricon Garage. Luke Fenhouse to his outside in row 13. Tony Breidinger and Josh Reum in row 14. Frankie Muniz and Stefan Belosi in row 15. And rounding out our 31 truck field tonight will be Nathan Bird in row 16 all alone. So that's our 31 truck field. Our stage split today will be 30-30 and 74 to take us to the finish in stage number 3. In the live chat, we got Jackson Robinson, Frank Powers. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to hit the like button on the stream if you haven't done so yet. We're at 17 in the early going. Our goal is going to be to get to 50 here on this late Friday evening. And hit the subscribe button as well for more daily NASCAR content and live commentary streams just like this every NASCAR race weekend for truck, Xfinity, and Cup races, as well as Cup practice and qualifying.
4 races. Wasn't the best experience you've ever had, I'm sure. And come back this year, your first time out on the pole. What a way to turn it around.
Yeah, definitely. Just a lot of work over the off season. Just trying to perfect my craft of this stuff. It's just it's way foreign to me compared to what I'm normally doing. So it just takes a lot of work, a lot of studying. Luckily, there's a lot of data at our access and a lot of videos. So I was able to study a lot, and I think that's helped. And with the help of Kyle and Jeff Gordon and everyone at Hendrick Motorsports, that's been super kind to help me out and get me a lot better.
That's good. I know you were supposed to race the dirt track last night, and they postponed the race, and they're going to run it tonight. You going to be able to go have some fun over there tonight?
Yeah, I'll be there. I qualified quick time, and they're keeping qualifying from last night, so I ain't going to miss that.
Well, that's good. We'll keep it on to all fours with all this wind we got going on.
Yeah.
Our pole sitter, Corey Day.
Thanks, Todd. So much going on for Corey Day. And Joey,
that was an interview before they had dropped in, like they just went through the roof of the truck before they got into their trucks, as we're about to get the command to fire engines here shortly as well. Should be an interesting one here tonight. Curious to see how Corey Day does. He hasn't had great runs in the truck series so far, but qualifying on the pole, get that first little tick off the asphalt/oval racing resume for himself here, and we'll see what he can do in race form starting at the front of the field here tonight. Select starts for Corey Day last season later in the year, ran at Kansas Speedway at 1.5 miles and as well Bristol. Now we're seeing him here at Las Vegas today. And as you heard there in the interview with Todd Bodine, he's pulling double duty. He'll be running the dirt track full rink later tonight as well. Hopefully. Not sure when that starts locally, but I would assume they'll probably start that up in about another hour or two. So I'd be shocked if that goes on late enough for him to get there. Just given the command to fire engines right now. So yeah, we are moments away. Minutes away. Seeing the green flag dropped here tonight. Mike G and Lincoln Kim Hollingsworth also welcome to the stream. I would imagine it's relatively cool outside because I noticed that there were a lot of drivers, both in the pre-race as well as a lot of just media members and such on pit row wearing hooded sweatshirts, jackets. Kind of curious if it's warmer here than what it is out there. I live in Northwest Ohio, but it was nearly 80 degrees today. which is kind of abnormal for this time of the year. I mean, I guess we kind of get days in the 70s, but compared to what I have been getting recently. See here. Las Vegas. They mentioned it was pretty windy on the broadcast, which isn't new. No, weather there's fine. Overnight's supposed to be in the low 40s, so I guess it's going to be pretty nippy when the sun goes down later in this race. Kind of starting in the later evening hours, will end in the night. But with not a lot of sunshine on the racetrack, track temps are going to be down quite a bit, even at the start of the race. High of 65 through the afternoon tomorrow at Las Vegas, and a high of 72 on Sunday. No rain in the forecast, and it will be mostly sunny tomorrow and mostly cloudy on Sunday afternoon, which is going to be interesting because Cup practice and qualifying takes place tomorrow afternoon in slightly different conditions than what the race will be on Sunday. Practice and qualifying will be at 1:30 p.m. tomorrow afternoon right here on KRC, followed by the Xfinity race at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. So doubleheader for you tomorrow on the channel, and then Sunday, of course, our main event with the NASCAR Cup Series, our coverage with the pre-race beginning at 3 p.m. Eastern. Again, that will be Sunday afternoon. Michael Turner, Mark Phillips Jr., welcome to the stream. Thank God for this. No TV right now. Well, I appreciate you for tuning in one way or another. Seems like the numbers tend to suffer when we have these later night streams, but you guys are tuning in here and the race hasn't even yet begun. Greatly appreciate that. Good way to start the weekend. Like I mentioned, from what I remembered from the Truck Series season last year, this was one of my favorite races of the year. A lot of great racing. Aggressiveness like you would tend to see at the Truck Series level, but it was clean. A lot of slingshots. And Vegas has definitely grown into being one of the better mile-and-a-half tracks on the circuit. I'd say it's probably third, right behind Kansas and Homestead, in my personal opinion. Charlotte's getting there too, but I'd probably put Vegas over it, personally. I feel like across the board between all three series, they tend to put on better races at Vegas than what they do at Charlotte. Charlotte with the next gen has been great. And they still put on some pretty good races, don't get me wrong, on the other series. Got Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano in the booth tonight with Jamie Little, interviewing Corey Day behind the wheel.
Watching you today, we know you won this race last year. Hasn't been
Roger Cruz, sorry, I had the wrong Hendrick cars down.
turned around here today in Las Vegas.
Yeah, for me, I think about Josh White texted me earlier that being next to you tonight, and not that minutes are going to see this, but got to do our jobs, and I got to get little stuff, get road, restart, and not put myself in a bad spot. But I feel good about our Hendrick cars, Colin and Verano, and Richie Lane again tonight.
Well, thank you very much. Can't wait to watch you tonight. Have a great race, Roger.
Thanks, Brad. Thank you, everybody.
And what a great place this would be for Raja to turn things around. How about our defending series champion, Ty Majeski? Joey, let's dial him up.
Sure. Ty Majeski, Joey Logano up here in the FS1 booth. You got us?
Got you loud clear.
All right, man. We've been talking about trucks that have picked downforce, some trucks that have picked no drag. You're starting seventh. To me, it looks like you're kind of middle of the road. How do you feel your truck's going to be tonight under the lights in race conditions?
That's pretty good. Yeah, you said he kind of calm. We got to go trimmed out. Maybe progressive right restraint guys who are. Good about the package, really. We had a great step here last year. Had a great shot to win. Set up pit road there in that last stage on that green flag pit stop. So hopefully we're in that same position, but don't make that same mistake again. So I'm good about our chances. Yeah, so it we're at 155. Good practice, good traffic. So excited to see what we got tonight.
All right. Well, you got that in car, so we're excited to watch it.
Yeah, boy, stay warm out there.
Oh, he doesn't have to worry about us staying warm tonight. It's everybody else out there. All right, boys, let's take a look at the Ecosave 200 starting grid. We talked about 4 days starting on the pole.
We did go through the starting grid on our own right here before we got things kicked off here tonight. Again, our stage splits 30, 30, and 74 for those of you wondering. 200 miles, 134 laps around this mile-and-a-half oval in Las Vegas, Nevada. Third truck race of the season. The Truck Series was off each of the last 2 weeks when the NASCAR Xfinity and NASCAR Cup Series schedules went to Circuit of the Americas for the first road course and then their first non-speedway oval at Phoenix last week on the short track. This is the first non-speedway oval on the season for the Truck Series. And again, I think you're going to see a lot of movement through the field right out of the get-go of this race. A lot of drivers starting mid-pack in this one who you tend to see at the front of the field on most weekends throughout this Truck Series this season through last season. Some of the veterans starting mid-pack. Mix of a lot of drivers we don't tend to see up at the front of the field very often. Qualifying well. Jake Garcia third. Corey Day, obviously, on the pole. Rookie Gio Ruggiero starting up in the top 10. Dawson Sutton, Connor Mosack. You got guys starting outside the top 10 further back in the field. 15th, Ben Rhodes. Corey Himes, 16th. Chandler Smith, 17th. Grant Enfinger, 20th. Lane Riggs, qualified 23rd. He's actually dropping to the rear of the field for the start of the race, so he'll be coming from even deeper by the time the green flag drops. But for Lane making those adjustments post-qualifying earlier today, it's not going to be a big setback considering there are only 31 trucks in the field. So he's only going to be moving backwards in the starting position 8 more spots. Might get that in the first 5 laps. Kenneth Clark, thanks for tuning in. I'm doing good tonight. I was getting a little tired about an hour before the stream started, not going to lie. But I started to wake myself up, and once I hit start stream, I'm good to go right now. Short race as the Truck Series usually is. Air temperature 53 degrees, track temp 60. That'll continue to drop when we get into the nighttime skies. High winds this weekend all the way Friday through Sunday. Tonight specifically out of the southwest, 14 to 23 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies. It will be warmer during the daytime for the Xfinity and the Cup Series racing, as well as Cup practice and qualifying, which will be taking place tomorrow afternoon. Local time, late morning. Wind gusts up over 30 miles per hour. See the flags blowing in the infield tents and campers. Pit road speed 45 miles per hour, and our estimated fuel window tonight 55 to 60 laps per usual with the short stages, with the short races for the Truck Series. We will not have any live pit stops during Stage 1 or Stage 2 under green flag conditions. If Stage 3 goes caution-free, like it did last year, then we will see green flag pit stops in that final stage, as they will be about 10 to 15 laps outside the full window. Track description, 18 to 20 degrees of bankings in the corners. Front back stretch, 9 degrees. Progressive banking from top to bottom. Multiple groove racing here at Las Vegas. Lights are out of the pace car. They will be going green this time by. And we will get this shindig underway. A lot of drivers off to a good start this season through the first couple of races. Gio Ruggiero, top 10s in each of his first 2 races of his rookie season in the 17. He's starting up at 8th. Stuart Friesen, that photo finish with Kyle Busch at Atlanta in the most recent truck race. Finished a slight second place, inches behind Busch. And for Friesen starting up in the top 5. It was rough last year seeing him miss the playoffs after making the championship 4 the season before that. But he's off to a better start this year. Top 10 in points early. We'll see if he can have another good performance here tonight as we get to the first intermediate track of really all 3 of the seasons for the Truck, Xfinity, and Cup Series here this weekend. All right, pace car makes the hard left-hand turn to pit road. Outside lane elected by our pole sitter, Corey Day. On the front row. And obviously the control car there. So Tyler Ankrum, who is also on row 1, will be on the bottom. And into the restart zone, we are underway in the Ecosave 200 at Las Vegas. Green flag is upon us outside. still working their way through turns 1 and 2, door to door. Teammate of day for tonight, and the 07 Justin Haley from the Cup Series, the only Cup regular in the field here today. Pushes him down the back straightaway to the lead, and now trying to take the lead for himself to the bottom of the track in turn 3. Helped Aspire teammate get out in front just to try to take it himself, and not going to be able to quite pull clear off the exit of the corner. 1/1000th of a second at the line. At the end of the opening lap, Corey Day leads lap 1. 3 wide to the bottom end of the first turn late. Tyler Ankrum sailed it off in there. Gets by both the 07 and the 7 in front of him. And Tyler Ankrum should be able to hold on and lead lap number 2 when they work their way off turn 4 this time. Camera kind of panned to it quite late. Didn't actually see them move. Camera cut away there right in the middle of that battle, and by the time they cut back, Ankrum in the 18 was leading. So I'd assume he took it 3 wide to the bottom. And the 07 starting to go backwards after that bonsai move from Ankrum. Haley's already dropped to 5th after contending for the lead at the start-finish line of lap 1. Corey Day still lurking, though, right behind the leader, Ankrum, off of turn 4 for the second consecutive lap. Jake Garcia starting to close in behind both trucks in front of him. Ankrum will lead lap 3, nose to tail top 3, and tightly bunched together at that. Ty Majeski's already up to 4th. Making some moves early. Might be the favorite for the Stage 1 win of who we have at the front of the field. Corey Heim is also up to 9th already after starting 16th. He's looking for 2 more spots on Friesen and Crafton. We're battling side by side with each other right in front of him. I'm cutting off Dawson Sutton, trying to make sure he was going to stay to the outside off turn 4. 3 wide, a little further back in the pack, right around Grant Enfinger, series veteran. William Sawalich down on the bottom. Norsport truck side by side for 3rd, up in the top 5. Majeski to the inside of Jake Garcia for position. Majeski still holds tightly door to door. Garcia not giving him a lot of room. Little side draft by Majeski through the tri-oval as they cross the start-finish line. Trying to get the quick pull past. And he is clear off of turn 2 as he slides up. And he'll be able to hold on for 3rd. Corey Day's been all over the back of the 18 after losing the lead on lap 2. Day was credited for leading the first lap of the race barely after starting on the pole. It was so close that I didn't even think he got it over Justin Haley, but he did. Heim, meanwhile, was able to get by Crafton. And Justin Haley falls to 8th after getting up to 2nd on that opening lap. Raja Karuth, who started 5th, is back to 10th. And Chandler Smith is now in the top 10 for the first time. 8 positions gained for him. 9 for Corey Heim, most since the start of the race. 7 apiece for Fenhouse, Riggs, and Tanner Gray as well. Dawson Sutton, Matt Crafton battling outside the top 10 for position. Ben Rhodes right behind both trucks. Looking for some room to run. Those 3 battling for 12th. As Corey Day has struggled to try to make the pass on Tyler Ankrum in front of him, Ty Majeski has now started to close the gap and trying to get to the front of the field. Ask you guys in the chat poll who you think is going to win tonight's Truck Series race at Las Vegas. 28 votes have been casted so far, and this voting poll will close at the end of Stage 2. 43% taking somebody other than Majeski, Heim, or Smith for the win. Majeski getting 39% of the votes. Quite a few for the defending series champion. Corey Heim only 10% of the votes. I'm surprised about that. And 7% taking Chandler Smith. Side-by-side battle for second. As I hear myself yelling in my own ear. There we go. I was echoing. It wasn't on your guys' end, but it was on mine. Quick echo. So Majeski got to the inside of the 7 truck and Corey Day for about a half a lap, and then off of turn 2 from the outside. Corey Day had such a big run. He was not only able to pull clear and pull away from the 98, but in 3 and 4, keeps the pedal to the metal, gets to the outside of Ankrum, and Day's back in the lead at the start-finish line. Led that lap, but he wasn't clear by the time they entered turn 1. They can stay door to door off the exit of turn 2 and get that big of a run through 3 and 4 again. I think he's got him, but he is not going to be able to do that. Through the bumps on the bottom of the track, again, it's Tyler Ankrum pulling clear of the 7. With only 30 laps in this first stage, is it possible that Tyler Ankrum can hold the field of trucks up behind him long enough to hang on for this lead? It is a tight bunch of trucks at the front. 1.6 seconds separating first to 7th in just the first 12 laps. Problems for the one truck of Sawalich. Looked like the right front tire might have been down. And it also looks like he might have gotten up against the wall. No major damage on the one, but he's 10 laps to go in stage 1 as we complete lap 12. Tyler Ankrum has led the most, but he's got quite a few trucks under a blanket behind him. Now only a second and a half separating the top 7. Couple trucks moving forward, getting by Gio Ruggiero. Stuart Friesen to 5th and Corey Heim to 6th. And he's starting to fall behind just a little bit more. First commercial break on FS1 for tonight's Craftsman Truck Series event. We'll go through the full field lineup and see how much has changed in these first 14 laps. Again, Tyler Ankrum is your race leader. Corey Day in 2nd. Ty Majeski 3rd. Jake Garcia in 4th. Stuart Friesen 5th. Corey Heim is 6th. Then Gio Ruggiero fell to 7th. 8th place, Justin Haley, Chandler Smith 9th, and Raja Karuth rounds out the top 10. Tanner Gray in 11th. 12th for Ben Rhodes. 13th, Matt Crafton. Dawson Sutton 14th. Caden Honeycutt 15th. Bailey Curry 16th. Connor Mosack in 17th. Grant Enfinger still pinned back in 18th, only up 2 positions from the start. Daniel Hemrick down 7 spots to 19th. Same for Andres Perez to 20th. Luke Fenhouse 21st. Lane Riggs 22nd after starting at the rear. Jack Wood 23rd. Tony Brightinger 24th. 25th for Matt Mills. Spencer Boyd 26th. Nathan Bird 27th. Frankie Muniz 28th. Josh Riem 29th. William Sawalich with the flat tire 30th. Stefan Malozzi 11 laps down. Might have pulled off the track already with an early issue in the 2. So that is your full field rundown. All 31 trucks already 4 lead changes as Tyler Ankrum's out in front in just the first 16 laps of the race. Averaging a lead change every 4 laps if you do the math there. Corey Heim up the most positions, 11 spots. Corey Day credited with, I believe, 2 laps led. Make that 1. Tyler Ankrum obviously leading the most, as I mentioned. And his lead is just about 0.2 of a second between himself and Corey Day currently. We'll take our first break while you are listening live here on KRC to the Las Vegas Motor Speedway Craftsman Truck Series event, the Ecosave 200. We'll be back shortly. I'll let everybody listen into the broadcast here for a little bit as well when they do come back from the break. And that will likely take us to the end of stage 1. Still caution free. And we did have a lot of yellows in this race last season.
The action is wild up front. New leader, Ty Majeski. It has been so fun watching these guys battle up front. Tyler Ankrum was the leader going to break, and then Corey Day put a move on him, and Majeski said, excuse me, coming through.
We have Corey Day, a couple of haymakers there at Tyler Ankrum. We got to see this replay. There's a couple of moves that happen all in succession with Ty Majeski. Here's the second one of the 2. Joe, we're going to see Ty Majeski gets it inside of Corey Day, grabs a small side draft coming in here at turn 3.
And right here is where I thought they were in trouble. You see Corey Day just pin it on his door like that. And Ty does a good job knowing that was going to happen. But it's a little bit of inexperience here. Corey Day's figuring it all out. And, what better time to learn than early in the race? You just know what to do at the end of the race.
Really good battles up front here. Ty Majeski, with his experience in the way his truck's handling, they're going to have a tough time getting them back in front before this stage is over.
Right, we'll talk about that truck qualified 7th, right? Ty Majeski I'm talking about. So and he's actually driving away. So that tells me he's got a good mix of downforce and drag, right? He's got a little bit of both working for him, right? Is that what you want, Brad? Both. That's what you need. And you see it really showing up. He's the only truck that's got out to the lead that's actually driven away from second place.
And vice versa. If you look a little further back at Corey Day, he's lost the lead and his handling is really showing up. Now, last lap, over a half a second slower than the leader, Ty Majeski. He's really struggling to keep this truck in the groove.
But that's why we see him fighting so hard. He knew that. He knows where his advantage is and where his disadvantage was. And as soon as you lose that clean air, you're in trouble if you have a truck like that.
Well, I think Corey Heim's going to have something to say about this with Ty Majeski. He's up to 4th, guys. Started this race 16th. 8 laps to go here at stage number 1. We've had 3 different leaders.
Yeah, Corey Heim is working his way up here. So still Friesen. It's good battles all the way across the racetrack.
Stuart Friesen moves his way into the top 5. What a race he had at Atlanta. So close. We'll take a look back. The last lap at Atlanta, the battle between Stuart Friesen and Kyle Busch. The white flag comes out. Stuart Friesen is the leader.
Yeah, Kyle Busch just does a masterful job of timing his side draft just perfect here at the front stretch for the win. It's not far-fetched to say, Joey, this was a devastating finish here today, the way these trucks are drafted today.
You definitely can.
No Kyle Busch in the field this week. It's Corey Day who's running 3rd right now. Lap traffic for our leaders.
I'll tell you what, guys, we've been going for 25 laps now, and the racing hasn't calmed down at all. All the way through the pack. Air 2 wide, 3 wide, moving and all over the place. It's pretty fun.
The urgency is there, right? These races are short. 134 laps is all they have tonight to get it done. The first 2 stages, each 30 laps apiece.
You need these points for the championship and all the you want to get the stage points, but mostly you want to get the track position for the last run of the race.
I'm talking to the drivers in the garage this morning. The ones that trimmed it out a little bit, focused on qualifying, they made a good point. So this is a short race. We want something to show for it in these stages, and it's going to be hard to race your way up into stage 1 to get some points in the top 10.
Well, not for Corey Heim. He figured it out. He got up in the top 4
Got
back
a
there.
caution out, guys, and I'm seeing, dare I say, it looks like there's some moisture on the window here.
Oh.
Yes, light rain on the racetrack. I saw it on one of our cameras here just a second ago.
Oh no.
I didn't want to say it, but
Oh no.
Maybe no one will see it.
Rain in the desert.
Rain was not in the forecast for tonight. I'm glad that Todd Bodine did the weather update, but that was not in the forecast. It was all about the wind, the colder temperatures. Hopefully this is just a quick pass through.
I really hope
Will
so.
be.
Guys, I gotta work tomorrow morning. It's already late.
The Doppler.
Oh, we don't need
forecast.
rain?
Yeah,
Just pop it up.
Popped up.
Yeah.
Where are we? Are we really in the desert?
That's
What are you doing in the south?
That's pretty light green. Not that I'm a meteorologist at any point here,
We need
but
Larry Mack for this one, don't we?
hopefully it just passes through quickly. It's probably going to bring us to the end of the stage here. And most likely you see these truckers put on 4 fresh Goodyears.
Hopefully we don't lose the track.
And get
There
back
they
out.
are.
Makers get a little extra time to be ready. It doesn't look like the track is wet. It's just a really light shower at this time.
We're going to keep pit road closed until the end of the stage. So we're going to step aside as we remain under caution for a light sprinkle here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
And I'm no meteorologist either, but when they did show the radar, the way it was popping up, I just hope it doesn't continue to pop up and get heavier, I guess. But yeah, rain was not in the forecast, so this is just out of nowhere, really. 27 laps into the race, we're going to finish this stage under yellow. Now, because we are not at either the end of stage 2 or halfway, This race would not be official if we were to lose the racetrack due to inclement weather. Might be a long truck series race here tonight. Brett Kuhl in the chat, thanks for tuning in. Saying to put rain tires on. Well, unfortunately, we don't have rain tires for banked ovals. Only on the flatter ovals, flatter, shorter tracks. If we had them, they would definitely be using them. Not sure if they have any tests scheduled right now for Goodyear. They might for later in the year. Try to test. I think they did try a test at Bristol at one point last year, but that's still a shorter track, obviously more banked. I would imagine that the spray would be a lot worse at higher speeds, maybe. Well, it can't be the spray. It's probably just the overall grip level. It's odd to me though because you see other motorsports, like I've watched the Rolex 24, year over year for a long time, and I can remember, them racing in the rain there. We know how banked the oval portion is at the Daytona International Speedway. I don't see why we wouldn't be able to find something like that. And those cars aren't going, nearly as fast. Obviously, they're more spread apart because it is a road course, so that has a lot to do with it too. Definitely some contributing factors on both sides of it. Maybe someday. I mean, it took them a long time before we finally even got this for short tracks. So I'd imagine Ty Majeski is going to end up winning stage 1. Tyler Ankrum will be second in the stage. Corey Day third. Corey Heim fourth. Stuart Friesen fifth. Jake Garcia sixth. Justin Haley 7th. Chandler Smith 8th. Gio Ruggiero 9th. And Raja Karuth rounds out the top 10.
Fourth title. But the rest of the league, they're coming for the crown. The new season kicks off March 28th. That's only on Fox. Under caution here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, where we got a little bit of a sprinkle in the desert. So we talked about the gentleman to my right when we came on camera, Joey Logano and Brad Keselowski. And all they seem to do is win, win, win when you come to Las Vegas. 7 wins between the two of them. How close have you guys been year after year?
Yeah, it's been a great track for both of us. For me, I think, Joey, you and I are two of the people that can say we left Vegas with more money than we came here with. But we actually took money from Vegas.
That's good. I always say, this is the hardest place to get into in Las Vegas, all these, exclusive clubs. I say this place called Victory Lane in the middle of this racetrack is the toughest place to get into, and it's really great when you're able to achieve it. And it's a big race for a lot of different reasons. For me, Pennzoil 400 on Sunday, I do drive the Pennzoil Mustang. That's a pretty big deal. And then when you come back here in the fall, it's a huge race to get, and it has been, last year winning this race in the fall for our car. I mean, that was kind of the championship moment for us to lock into the race in Phoenix.
And I was impressed, Brad, your memory. You actually were recalling the races that Joey won here.
Yeah, I love this track. I love coming here. It's a fun place to race in a lot of ways. And there's great racing, as you can see here in the truck race.
It's definitely one of those tracks where it just takes everything to be successful. Right? You got to have a car that can go fast on the straightaway. You need good horsepower. You need good downforce to get through the corners. You need to be able to absorb the bumps really well. So you need a good chassis setup. And then we've seen strategy all the time, come up into the play here. And it's a track you can move around, right? You can run the very bottom. The cup cars, you'll see them up against the wall and everywhere in between. It's a really fun place to race.
It really aged well. When they repaved it in 06, it was not as great a track as it is now. As the track has aged in the desert here, it's got to where you can run all these grooves. And you see that here at the truck race, too.
Speaking of Las Vegas Motor Speedway, I want to give a shout out to Chris Powell. He's the president, general manager, end of an era, 26 years here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. He is hanging it up. He'll retire. I'm sure he's going to be visiting the family, playing a lot of golf. And also Jeff Motley, Vice President of Communications at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, been there just as long on this journey, and it's been such a pleasure working with them. This was my home track for many, many years, and we wish them both well.
Absolutely.
All right.
Track here. What's the deal with the weather, Jamie? Come on. This is.
I don't
your
live
truck's
here
the
anymore
weather.
and I don't own the weather. Well, we just finished stage number 1 officially. I mean, it's beautiful, Brad, but we don't need it over here at the track. So Ty Majeski picks up stage win number 1 here. Tyler Ankrum and Corey Day. Let's listen to Ty talk about the weather.
Speedy on the windshield and wanted to copy. Like I looked at the race.
Maybe. And a lag right in the middle of the
That new radar that tells us what we want to see here.
You see that wind? Look at that American flag.
That's one thing. As windy as it is, I don't think there's much water actually getting to the ground. It's just blowing across.
Yeah.
It's raining sideways here.
I can't stay. Still very dry from this view.
So Tyler Ankrum has led 14 laps. That's the most so far. Ty Majeski 13.
be a long caution.
Free day, 2
It'll
laps. Justin Haley picked up 1
Still
lap.
lose the
less.
racetrack.
Just a reminder, last year, Ty Majeski swept both stages.
Just
So
run
trying to
stage
do
2
that
under
again
caution
as
just to
pit
get it
road
to halfway.
is open.
We're
First
having live
opportunity
pit
for these
stops.
truckers to make some adjustments, get those fresh tires.
This is always one of the toughest pit roads. The boxes are very slick and it's wet.
Todd,
Hey, 18 Tyler Ankrum. He started off this race really neutral. Loved his truck, but as the run went on, built a little tight. Like Mark Hillman's preaching, raising the track line, a little air pressure left front. They think they got something to race with. Ty Majeski, no doubt what we saw on the racetrack. He loved his truck in the long run. He knew it in practice, and it showed up in that run right there. At the end of that run, it was easy to run wide open once he got to the front. Josh?
13 of Vic Garcia. He's dealing with the throttle that's sticking just a little bit. In addition to that, he's tight on the top on exit, so he wants help with that. As far as the 11 of Corey Heim, he's tight on the exit of turn 4. Otherwise, the balance is good for that truck, guys.
you saw the wheel spin. Oh, Matt Crafted so close to the 81. But these pit boxes, guys, Kevin Harvick said it the other day on our call. It's like ice skating.
Yeah, the boxes are really slick and there's water on them right now. These guys did a good job of avoiding chaos.
We'll step aside. Stage number 2 coming up next.
Well, we're into stage 2. Only yellow of the race was for rain. Precipitation, which came out around lap 24, 25, about 6 laps to go in the stage. We're still under caution for that right now. Stage 1 winner was Ty Majeski. Took the race lead away about 5 to 6 laps before the caution had come out. Looks like we might have had a few drivers stay out of the pits. Best lap for Majeski was ran on lap 7. And he also started in position number 7. No rain in the forecast for the rest of the weekend at Vegas. It wasn't in the forecast for tonight either, though. It just had a pop-up shower. So who knows? But I would lean towards green racetrack, and we will be racing the next 2 days. Just hoping that whatever has popped up dissipates quickly or doesn't dampen the track enough to have to force us into some sort of a red flag situation here. And if it does, it's going to be a long night. It's already a late night. It'll be a long, late night. The clock is ticking for me. I'm never one to say, like, all right, let's get this show on the road, you know, especially when I'm watching a race. In the event with me having to work early in the morning tomorrow, I got to get up at 4:45 a.m., which is about 7 hours, a little less than 7 hours from now. I have to get up for work in the morning. So I will stay here even if we do have a rain delay tonight, but it's going to be rough considering I have to do that. And then by the time I get back home from work tomorrow, we're going to have our cup practice and qualifying stream about an hour after the fact. A little less than that. I'll have a little less than an hour to get that ready. I did get all my notes ready as soon as I got home today. Luckily, I had several hours with the truck race starting late, so all of our usual prep and statistics that we have for those practice and qualifying live commentary streams for the Cup Series I'll have at the ready and at the forefront for you. Robert Allen, thanks for tuning in. JoJo, welcome to the stream also. I might have already shouted you out. I don't know. It's late. Yep, Cup practice qualifying on Prime Video. Yet again. 8 lead changes through the first stage of the race. Ben Rhodes is going to restart as the leader, it looks like.
Stay at 6 a.m. Eastern, live only on Fox. What a show that'll be in the Tokyo Dome. But this is bad news for Corey Heim. For the first time ever, he gets a speeding penalty.
Wow.
In his 60.
Yeah,
That's impressive.
Pretty good track record.
He's got a little bit of time to make up for it. He's gonna have a little bit of time to think about it, I think, too.
Well, he put on a heck of a show at stage number 1. So we'll keep our eyes on that 11 as he'll have to drop to the back of the lead lap trucks.
Right now, he's going to have to drop to pit road. The whole field's being brought down pit road for a little stop, it looks like, as we wait out this weather.
What we thought was a light little sprinkle has continued as a light sprinkle.
We're going to red, guys.
And like even I don't know. It depends on what radar you look at. My phone shows nothing. It says we're good to go. So I like my radar, but I think reality shows it's just a little bit of water right now. Let's look at Fox's radar. See, this one's a little bit more legit. It looks like, and
they got that good TV radar money.
Yeah, you see that?
We got the free app radars. They got the legit ones, Joey.
It's a big difference, apparently.
They got the
Call your crew chiefs. You know they've got it dialed in.
Looked like there was snow not too far from here. Did you see the blue? Is that freezing rain? Is that sleet? What is that?
We had sleet here last night about this time.
Wow.
Blowing sideways. You never know what you're going to get Las Vegas in March.
So these are interesting moments for competitors, right? You get a red flag, the middle of the race. It's like, all right, now I get a chance to really talk to my crew chief and tell him what the truck's really doing. Maybe I can, if I got one of those trucks that's all speed and no handling and I'm going to the back right now, like, what?
Are they getting out?
Why'd you do
this?
This was a good idea.
I don't think they're getting out
It
yet.
is nice to be able to get out. I always feel like a face-to-face conversation with your crew chief it's so much easier to explain what your truck's doing. Because like you think about it, you're putting your feelings into words and you're trying to translate that to somebody else that like it's not sitting in the truck. It's really hard. Like, that is the computer system inside the truck. That's the driver. There's the only person that can give the data back to try to make their truck better. So if you're able to get out and talk and use your hands and you have the reactions, it just seems to.
I love how you're using your hands right now to tell this part of this story.
I'm Italian. You gotta use your hands a little bit to get it all working.
Well, Joey, no offense, but I really hope they don't give them the green light to get out of their trucks.
Yeah,
Hopefully they just stay put. 100.
They're definitely getting out of their trucks. Well, that's unfortunate. Red flag here at Las Vegas. You know, I was joking around. I was telling my mom earlier today. I was like, I'm streaming tonight at 9 o'clock. I'm kind of regretting signing up for overtime for tomorrow morning because it's already going to be a late night. I'm like, usually when we have these later races, which we've had few and far between, but the Truck Series, like Phoenix, the championship race a couple of years ago, remember that went like 4 overtimes at the end? Kind of a similar circumstance where I had to work the next morning after the fact. This is reminding me of that. That started an hour later than this, but this red flag might end up making this race longer. So we'll see. We'll stay right here through all of it. Live commentary on the channel. NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series Racing. No cautions for incident, just that rain popped up. We ran about 10 laps under yellow to this point before NASCAR decided to just bring them onto pit road. We did have live pit stops, so by the time we end up getting the red flag lifted, there won't be many caution laps before we get back to racing again. And because we're not either halfway or at the end of stage 2, this race is not official. Earl Arnold Jr. also welcome to the stream. Jinxed myself. Well, is what it is, I guess. Not sure how long we're going to be under a red flag condition for, but usually for the red flags, For those of you that aren't aware, we streamed for over 9 hours during the Daytona 500 Sunday. And that was because of a rain delay that lasted about 4 hours. Hopefully I swear if this one's 4 hours, there's no way. I don't even know if I'd be able to sleep. Well, I'd have to because I have to stream during the afternoon. Like, if I don't get any sleep, even if I make it through the 6-hour shift at work, that's still not gonna. Oh boy. It's just not a good situation here, but we're gonna tough this out. Definitely be making the trip to get an iced coffee in the morning on the way to work, and probably on the way back home too. I don't drink coffee very much, so that's saying something. The idea is to not get tired, so that way we get into these streams ready to go. I actually, trying to think about it, I haven't stayed up past 10 o'clock, and I mean, it's got to be close to a month. I've been pretty consistent with going to bed early and getting up early. We haven't had a really late race yet this season. Some of the stuff during speed weeks probably would have been the only time that I would have been up later than that. That was probably the last time I was up past 10 o'clock, honestly. Razgriz770, thanks for tuning in. Welcome from California. You're out west. It's not too late for you. Probably enjoyed this start time, actually, especially for a Friday. If it's 4 hours, I'm hitting the hay. I don't blame you. All right, well, I'll keep the broadcast on. Audio-wise, it'll be off, and we will be going to sporkle.com for some NASCAR trivia. And because it's a Truck Series stream, I know just the quiz for us to do. See if this is up to date. 125. See when this was last edited. Oh, okay, so this is edited this year. All right, 20 minutes on the clock. Whoa, we got a Kroger ad. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. put us up to that. I guess Kroger's with RFK now. Never mind. The Ryan Priest. All right. So we need to name any driver who has ever won a Craftsman Truck Series race in NASCAR history. And there are 125 different winners. So, I mean, there's really no way we're going to get all 125, but we'll do the best we can. Oh, I didn't mean to move my, that's fine. Move the camera a little bit. I had to center my screen up so I can type. All right. Oh, they're talking to Kyle Larson. Probably up in the Corey Day pit box, I'd have to imagine. Throughout the race. All right, time starts now. We got the Busch brothers, Kurt and Kyle. Mark Martin's going to be up there. I know that. Let's see here. I don't like that I just went to that right away. Hornaday. You got to think of the Truck Series greats first here. Bodine. Todd Bodine's going to be up there. Covers are going on the trucks right now, by the way, just for an update on the rain situation. So it's going to be a minute. It's probably going to be a good hour at least. Jack Sprague. He's going to be up there. Greg Biffle's got quite a few. How many does Crafton have? Yeah, he's up there. Ben Rhodes is probably up there. Well, I mean, he's on the list. That's all that matters. Enfinger. He's been at it for a while. He's double digits. Skinner. Yeah, Mike Skinner's going to be up there. Travis Guapel. He's going to be up there. Lane and Scott Riggs. Ryan Newman, I know, is up on there. He's got one. Truex is up there. Logano. Keselowski. Briscoe. Blaney. Now we're hooking here. Elliott. Custer. Haruth. I'm just going all over the place. Hamilton, Bobby Hamilton. I was wondering if junior and senior got a win, only senior. Johnny Benson. Kyle Larson while he's being interviewed. William Byron. He's got quite a few. Christopher Bell's got there. Casey Kane, I know, has one. Timothy Peters. It is really raining at Vegas right now, by the way. If this gets postponed to tomorrow, I might have to call off. So I'll probably end up running in the morning. I'll keep you updated. Carl Edwards, yep, he's going to be on the list. Kenseth? No. Tony Stewart on here? Okay, Tony Stewart's got 2. Ron Fellows. Road course. I don't think Boris said. Okay, Boris said did get one. Clint Boyer, thank you, chat. Burton. Jeb Burton's on here. Jimmy Spencer. Yep, he's got one. Green. Oh, Jeff Green's not on here. Ryan Vickers might be on here. Nope, he is not. Jeremy Mayfield. Yeah. Don't really remember him running truck. Bubba Wallace. There you go. Bubba and Mike Wallace are on here. No relation, but same last name. Salty to Society, thanks for tuning in. Wonder if it's going to affect the high limit race. Yeah, Corey Day might not be doing double duty anymore. It's definitely going to affect the start time, you would think, if they both have the rain delays. I don't think he's going to be able to run them both. Ted Musgrave. Thank you, chat, by the way, for that. Paul Menard. That's not on here. That was good, though. I was not really thinking of him. Yeah, Ty Majeski. There's a lot of current drivers I haven't named yet. That was one of them. Boyd has one at Talladega. Yeah, Spencer Boyd. Tate Fogelman. I remember that one recently. There we go. Parker Kligerman. And then we got Timothy Peters. Who is the other red horse? Jesus. Speaking of Jesus, Morgan Shepherd on here. That'd be hilarious. What a segue. Nope. Jack drying process is underway, by the way. It's like maybe the rain has stopped. John West Townley does have one. There was another red horse racing. John King. That's who I was thinking of. Here we go. Kevin Harvick. The Dillon brothers. Justin Haley. AJ Allmendinger ever run trucks and went on a road course? No. Scott Speed's got some. He's got one. Thought he might have had more than one. I'm hoping they don't call it either. Peter Natakis, thanks for tuning in. Kyle Lance, welcome to the stream. William Walton Jr., just some shout-outs there. AJ Summers, welcome in. Anybody who's ever won a truck race, if you're just tuning in for the first time, currently under a weather delay in the Craftsman Truck Series race at Las Vegas. Let's do... Yeah, Ross Chastain, thank you. Chat. We were just kind of going all over the place there. Daniel Suarez is on here. Well, we were staying at Trackhouse. Alex Bowman? No, he didn't win one. Denny Hamlin? Denny Hamlin's got 2. Okay. Mike Bliss. Yep, Mike Bliss has quite a few. Logano. Did I? Okay, I thought I put Logano already. Tyler Reddick. Joe Ruttman. Good poll in the chat. I got Custer already. Corey Heim. Yep. Yeah, I was missing a lot of guys that are still there. Gray, yeah, Tanner Gray didn't win any. Christian Eckes. I do have Byron. I don't have Pirelli. Rick Corelli yet. Nemechek, John Hunter. John Hunter, Nemechek, 13. Got quite a few. Gregson. Oh, Gregson. Regan Smith is probably on here. Yep, Chandler Smith too, of course. Zane Smith. Ricky Craven. Yep, he's on here. Kaz Gralla is going to be on here. That's another good one. By the chat. I didn't put Johnny Sauter. I was scrolling back through to see if anybody named any in the chat. Got Johnny and Jay. Eric Jones. Thank you. Brandon Jones thrown up there on the list as well. Oh, you know what? Ryan Priest. Josh Berry? No, okay. I was wondering, Justin Allgaier on here at all? No. Michael Annette on here? No. Just trying to think of like junior motorsports. Elliott Sadler's probably on here. Yep. Yeah, Mike Wallace did win the 2000 truck race at Daytona. Tyler Ankrum, yep. Another current driver. I'm gonna kind of, I don't know if I should do this or not. Stuart Friesen. I kind of cheated. I was looking at the leaderboard for the race right now just to see if I missed any. Stuart Friesen. I mean, I'm not Google searching it. That might be the only one. That might be the only one. Yeah. That was the only one we were missing. Of current. We've got all the other current drivers. Seeing Jack Wood in there, John Wood is probably on this list. I can't find my... There we go. John Wood. Brett Moffitt. Oh, of course. Gibbs isn't going to be on here. We got Blaney. Cindric. Oh. Yeah, Austin Cindric. Pappas? Nope. Craig Kinzer didn't win one. I'm trying to think. Chad McCumbee? I don't know how to spell his name. I'm going to Google how to spell his name. I won't pause the timer for this. Chad McCumbee. McCumbee. Nope, he's not on here. I thought there was a chance. David Starr, oh, of course. Nelson PK is a good pull. Road course. Might have had one oval win, too. Oh, Gilliland, of course. Is McDowell on here? Okay. I wonder if I know he won an Xfinity Series Road America race. Osman Hill. Of course, Jesse Love is not going to be on here. He just went from ARCA to Xfinity. Sheldon Creed. Yep. Another former champ. Chat's really helping out on this one. James Busher. Chris Busher's gonna. No, Chris Busher's not on here, but James Busher is. Another former champion. Yeah, there's a lot of active drivers, I'm sure, Cup Xfinity level that we just haven't named yet. Is Sieg on here? I was wondering if maybe Ryan Sieg, excuse me. Todd Christopher. That would have been a poll. Jimmy Hensley is another good poll. Yeah, Jimmy Hensley, 2. Carson Hocevar. Dave Mater? No. Brian Scott, I think, is on here. Yeah. I saw Scott. I do have Cale Gale already. Justin Lofton is another good one. You know what? Jason Keller? No, he didn't win one. Casey Atwood? No. Steve Park is on here. Yep. Waltrip, Michael Waltrip. He had that one at Daytona. Labonte, oh my goodness. Bobby and Terry. I already got. No, Jeremy Clements isn't going to be on here. I mean, I guess I'll put him just in case, but I don't think he's on here. There's another one that's like right on the tip of my tongue, and I can't think of who. Oh my gosh. Terry Cook. There we go. That was the one that was on the tip of my tongue. Almirola's on here, yep. Another Daytona. I think he had a Talladega win also. Jerry Nadeau? I don't think so. Yeah, he's not on here. I do have Casey Kane. I think I got everybody that's been named in the chat. There's another one on the tip of my tongue. Trying to think. Jason Leffler is on here. That's who I was also trying to think of. Colin Braun. Nice pull. Jeff Fuller. No. Fuller's not on here. Tim Vitoa ever win any truck races? No. Sorensen? No. Reed Sorensen never. Tony Raines is on here, though. Yeah. Tony Raines has 4. Ashton Smirkle. Smeekle, excuse me. Thank you for tuning in. Sporkle trivia to pass the rain delay time. Eric Darnell. Yes. That's currently in our NASCAR 08 truck season, too. I don't know if Stenhouse is on here. He is not. It's worth a try. Rick Crawford. Oh, my gosh. I can't believe. Yeah, that's another big one there. Who's got the 18 wins that we did not name yet? We have 100, by the way. Dennis Setzer is the 18-win guy. Yep. Okay. That would have been bad if we had missed Dennis Setzer. We have Sprague. Peck? No. We have 101. Taylor Reed, thanks for tuning up. Turn 3 jet dryers. Sent them out. Appreciate the update. We do have Johnny Benson. JB and the PA Motorsports Fan 05, thanks for tuning in. Ryan Reed is No, he's not on here. That was a good guess, though. All right. Well, Truck Series has only been around since '95. You know, did Harry Gant maybe like in the early days of it? No. Trying to think of some Allison. No, that was way too. That was not the right timing there. I thought I put Boyer already. I've seen Boyer in the chat several times. Mary Bagley. Donnie Leah. Oh, nice pull there. Ken Schrader is probably on here. You're right. Yep. There's another one I was just thinking of. Brendan Gaughan. That's another one. Got the whole left side of the list. Everybody that we have not named yet has 3 wins or less, by the way. So we've done great. Braden, thanks for tuning in. When will they start back up? No time yet. I do have Bob Pockers' Twitter up, so I will keep you updated. Butch Miller. We're 20 away, but we only have 2 minutes. I thought I tried Kenseth already. Yeah. The Robbie Gordon. Oh, man. I was wondering if he might have won a road race. We do have Carl Edwards. We got Casey Kane. Ricky Rudd ever? No. Jarrett? Probably not. It's really raining, by the way. It is dumping at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. We do have Bobby Hamilton. I don't know if they're going to get this thing in tonight, guys. Chuck G, thanks for tuning in. Cool Wiki's not going to be on here. You got 1 minute. Chad Chaffin. Yep. He's on here. Chad Chaffin. Oh. Kenny Irwin. Junior Houston. Andy Houston. Kilsma. Chat's pulling in clutch. And it's just saying it's delayed due to weather right now. Bickle. Rich Bickle. 6 seconds left on the clock. I do have Priest. I think that's it. We did great. 88%. Ah, Shane Meal. I forgot about him. Ricky Hendrick, of course. Joey Coulter. Jamie McMurray. Gosh, I don't remember that. I'm not going to lie. When did Jamie McMurray win a truck race? Ryan Rafter, I don't think I ever would have gotten around to that. Brandon Witt, I forgot. Sam Mayer was another current driver. Matt DiBenedetto, of course. Talladega a couple of years ago. Yeah, there were some active drivers on here that we missed. I forgot about Rafael Lassard for KBM. Robert Presley. Stacy Compton. Dave Resendez. David Ruderman. Honestly, with who we have left, I feel like Brian Repner would have been the only name I probably wouldn't have come up with. Maybe Resendez, but... Oh, Ben Kennedy, I didn't scroll down. Nick Sanchez, another current... Yeah, there's some active drivers on here I left out. There was no order. I just started naming names from the get-go. Not a great strategy, but it worked out for us. And the chat did awesome, by the way. You guys definitely helped me out quite a bit. A lot of names, obviously, I had known, just obviously when you're trying to think of so many. I mean, we had 110 names. They weren't all going to fly to mind. It was a group effort. We all got our deep cuts, our deep pulls in there. And while we wait out the rain delay still, as track drying continues, We obviously got time for more quizzes. NASCAR. I tried to do this one last year when they didn't have it. NASCAR drivers' hometowns. Oh boy. Is this all time? Or is this right now? This looks like all time. NASCAR's best drivers. Can I help? I want to try to do one for active. (2014). Oh, those are race winners. Winningest driver from every state. We could try to do this one. Got 10 minutes. Winningest driver from every state. Let's do it. I think I've done this before. Again, we usually do these quizzes during rain delays. And I'm doing them, by the way, if you're just watching for the first time ever, subscribe, hit the like button. We do this every NASCAR race weekend, Truck Xfinity, and Cup races, as well as Cup practice and qualifying. Content during the week as well, but those are the highlighted streams on the weekends. More coverage, obviously, of this truck race if it does run tomorrow. Xfinity, Cup practice, and qualifying as well will be for tomorrow. I'll keep you updated on the times. But again, this is going to be each state most winningest driver. Let me pull X up real quick, see if Bob Pockris has any updates at the track before I start this quiz. But we do one quiz every Sunday before the Cup race as well as a part of our pre-race on top of going over the predictions. And that is new this year. I have not done that this year. We usually only do these during the rain delays, but go live early for the Cup races. It says no high limit racing tonight, so if anybody's wondering if the high limit race is going to be running tonight, it has been canceled for weather. So Corey Day will be rescheduled to run tomorrow night, it looks like. So I know there were some people in the chat asking about that. So the bull rank at Las Vegas Dirt Track tonight has been postponed for rain. Obviously, with how heavy it was, track drying, obviously not really much of a thing in dirt racing, unfortunately. So NASCAR just set the jet dryers on the track 18 minutes ago, so I don't think it's going to be any time in the next 10 minutes for this quiz at the very least. Probably going to be at least 20 plus minutes out. All right, let me pull the chat back up. Each state, 15 of them don't have anybody. Michigan, Rochester Hills, that's Brad Keselowski. Oh, I got to click on the state before I put it in. I don't like that. Keselowski. I can't spell. Keselowski. That wasted a little bit of time. Jackson, Mississippi. Is that Mark Martin? Oh, no. He's from Arkansas. That's the one. I knew he was from a southern state. Get Mark Martin in here real quick. California, Vallejo. That's Jeff Gordon. Middletown, Connecticut's Joey Logano. Recognize that name. Miami, Florida is... man, that could be it. Pearson. Yarborough. It's going to be one of the old guys because it's Florida. Allison. Yep, Bobby Allison. Okay. Dawsonville, it's Bill Elliott. See here. Nevada, Las Vegas, it's Busch. Ohio, Ashland, Blaney, right? Oh, shoot, Tim Richmond. I'm from Ohio, so that's how I know that. Columbia, Tennessee, Sterling Marlin. Corpus Christi, Texas, that's Labonte. Texas, Terry. Vancouver, Washington's Greg Biffle. That was my original favorite driver, so I know that. You know what? Was Pearson from West Virginia? Maybe some no. It has to be from a southern state. Is it North Carolina, though? Because North Carolina is definitely Petty. Where's that at? Yeah, Richard Petty from North Carolina. Bodine is from New York. You definitely tell I've done this before. Oh, you know what? Pearson might be from South Carolina. There we go. Norfolk, Virginia. Hamlin? Shoot. Not Denny Hamlin. Wait a minute. Was no. Jeez, it's not Denny Hamlin. Would be higher on the all-time wins? Yarborough? We'll have to skip that. 10 minutes on the clock. Missouri's Rusty Wallace. I know some people were putting Edwards in there, but Rusty Wallace. Jackson, Mississippi. Now Stenhouse from there, but he's only got 5 wins. 4 wins. It. Owensboro is Waltrip. Let me. Before I forget that one. Emporia, Kansas is Clint Boyer. Oklahoma, that's Christopher Bell. Hang on. It's Oklahoma. Bell. Arizona might be Alex Bowman. Yep. Tony Stewart is the Columbus, Indiana. Alabama, I mean, that could be. Who is a part of the Alabama gang that we. Stuff. Tim Flock? Wow, thank you for the Fort Payne, Alabama Tim Flock. I wouldn't have guessed that. Hopefully nobody's Googling these answers in the chat. Oh, man, I would have never guessed where he was from. Allison's from Alabama. Yeah, that. Well, I think they're actually from Florida. Well, at least Bobby is. One pump away. Thank you for tuning in. I'm here. NASCAR's drying the track. Yep. Track drying is still going on. Cambridge, Wisconsin's Matt Kenseth. Martin Truex Jr. is from New Jersey, right? Yeah. So he's going to be on there. Pennsylvania. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Golly. Oh, uninstall. The rest of these for me are honestly shots in the dark. I feel like I got all the ones I know. The Virginia ones throw me off because that's not Denny Hamlin. And he's up there on the wins list. He's got over 50. Who else is from Virginia that we haven't named yet? Pearson. Where are the Jarretts from? Are they from North Carolina? Because Ned's got 55 wins, I think. I think he's still ahead of Denny. Oh man, that was a tough one. My eyes are drying out, by the way. It's really bad. Maine is Ricky Craven. I don't know how I remember that he was from Maine. I should not know that. don't know why I do. Yep, Xfinity racing tomorrow, 4:30 Eastern. We'll be live. Matthew Rizzo, thanks for tuning in. What happened to the race? They're currently on a rain delay. So while we're waiting it out, we're doing quizzes. William Byron's from Illinois? No, he's from North Carolina. Yeah, he's from North Carolina. Massachusetts. That's got to be somebody active right now, I would think. Probably not. That's why I want to do active drivers, because I feel like I know more active drivers. I mean, we got 39 of 50. Nebraska. Omaha, Nebraska. I just feel like I should know that. The Norfolk, Virginia is really bothering me, though. Benny, where's Benny Parsons from? Hold on. No, he's not there. Hang on. Is he from Mississippi? He's got a thick Southern accent, so he's got to be from one of these Southern states. The problem is we probably already got it. So the only Southern states we still have left. Yeah. All right. I don't know. Joe Weatherly from Virginia? That's the only state. No, he's not. That's the only state I feel like I can get, but I feel like I've named everybody that's above Denny Hamlin on the wins list. And it's not Denny Hamlin. Oh, I put that for West Virginia. Hold on. Joe Weatherly. Okay. Thank God I realized I was on West Virginia, not Virginia. I mean, that's all I got. The chat roasted me for being in the wrong state. You guys realized it before me. I've been up since 4:45. I did have to work this morning. It is currently 10:30. Just putting that out there. And I'm supposed to work again tomorrow, but I will be calling off if this race is ran in the morning. Because I'm scheduled till noon, so there's no way I'd be able to get here on time. Get under 30 seconds. I really don't know any more of these. The Massachusetts, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania is an interesting one. Maybe the Parkersburg, West Virginia. I've driven through there many times on 77. I got to get up at 4:45 tomorrow morning for work. 6 hours and 15 minutes from now, I have to get up. Oh, boy. Dick Linder from Pennsylvania. I wouldn't have circled around to that. Paul Goldsmith, West Virginia. Lake Speed is from Mississippi. I would have expected that to be somebody bigger there. Fred Lorenzen from Illinois. Okay. Dick Hutcherson, Iowa. Honestly, with who we had left on this list, I don't think I would have named any of them. I think I did well for myself. Joe Weatherly was helped out by the chat. I think I got the rest of them, though. Give myself a big old pat on the back for that one. All right. You know, it's not surprising, though, because the Linder family huge with dirt racing. All right. Nothing yet, I don't believe. I wonder how long they're going to wait. See, you got to think it might be late on the East Coast, but local time, it's only 7:30. So they will wait this out. It's only 7:30 local time out in Las Vegas. So it's It's not that late of a night right now. That'd be about a start time over here if they were to run on the east. Like, I think the truck race next week starts at 8, I think. So, yeah. They'll wait this out for another couple hours. It just sucks for us over here on the east knowing that we're 3 hours ahead, time-wise. Well, time to burn another quiz. I saw hometown of drivers from 2012 on here. NASCAR hometown. I wonder if there's a 2025, 2024. Nothing. '20s. Nothing. 2012. Only because I saw that. 15 minutes on this one. Keep getting Kroger ads. This is going to be interesting. All right. We need our thinking caps for this one. Because this is very outdated for us. We have 76 drivers that raced in the year 2012. Where are they from? Some of them are on the last list, but very few. Dirt racing, if you're wondering about the Las Vegas Bull Ring, as far as tonight's High Limit Series race, that will be tomorrow night. It has been postponed for rain. I actually don't know if I want to tackle this. Yeah, we probably should. All right. Oh, we just named names? Yeah, we okay, never mind. Yeah, I don't want to do this one. What's the point of having the hometown there if you just throw anybody on the list who made a start that season? Okay, let's go back. Is there any other NASCAR Truck Series quizzes we can do? We did win a race already. NASCAR Truck Series multiple choice. Oh gosh. 125. All right. Wait, hold on. Hold on. I need to back this thing up. What is this? Is this the winners? Okay, so for those of you that might have been in the chat, any Truck Series driver that's won a race. Now you can say, Keegan, we did that already. Now we got to see how good we can remember it. And let's try to get a perfect score on this. 125 for 125. You know, we know all the names. Well, we were 20, 15 off, something like that. 15, 16 off. Well, we can't pick the one that isn't right. And we only have 10 minutes. The 10 minutes is tough because we had 20 minutes to name them the first time. All right, 10 minutes. Anybody who has ever won a truck race. There's going to be some decoys in here, and I don't like that. Todd Bodine. Ken Schrader. We have Brian Scott, Nick Sanchez, Joe Ruttman, Kenny Irwin Jr., Chase Elliott, Joey Logano, Austin Hill, Greg Biffle, John West Townley. Hillen was not on there. Justin Lofton was. Carson Hocevar, Matt Crafton, Kurt Busch, Ricky Craven, John King, Ryan Priest. Both the Labanis were on there. I do remember that. Kligerman, Mayer, Waslowski, Chastain, Cale Gale, Will Custer, William Byron. Ron Fellows was on there. If I would have gotten out on that already. Tate Fogelman, that's PK, Brandon Jones, Brendan Gaughan, Austin Dillon, Todd Gilliland, Rick Curlelli, Steve Park, and Finger, Suarez, Rhodes, Truex, Ruderman, Jeb Burton, Kyle Larson, Stuart Friesen, David Starr, Rafael Lessard, Gallagher, no, DeBenedetto, yes. Yep, 46. Waltrip, Benson, Musgrave, Briscoe, Sprague, Terry Labonte, Caruth. Oh, I almost clicked on Bobby Hamilton, but it's junior, not senior. Dang, we got a lot of decoys on here. Clint Boyer, John Hunter Nemechek, Johnny Sauter. I don't think it was Tommy Houston. Was Tommy Houston the Houston that was on there? I thought Andy Houston was the... Yeah, I see Andy Houston. Tommy Houston is not on the list. Andy is. Casey Kane's on there. Tyler Ankrum. Kaz Gralla, Noah Gregson, Kevin Harvick, Chandler Smith. Tony Stewart had that one. Two of them, actually, I think it was. Randy Tolsma, Mark Martin, Chad Chaffin, Shane Meal we didn't get. Jay Sauter, Tony Raines, Eric Darnell, Travis Quapple, Scott Speed, John Wood, Donnie Leah, Ricky Hendrick we did miss on the first one. David Reagan wasn't on there. Ty Dillon, Jimmy Spencer, Ben Kennedy. We missed Robert Presley, Ryan Blaney, Tyler Reddick, Bubba, Almirola, James Busher, Ty Majeski, Corey Heim, Dennis Setzer, Carl Edwards, Justin Haley, Joey Coulter, Jason Leffler, Brandon Witt, Austin Cindric, Bobby Hamilton, that's senior, Lane Riggs, Ron Hornaday, Ryan Newman, Dave Resendez, Rick Crawford. Oh, geez. Oh, man, we only got 25. Stacy Compton we missed, I believe. Okay. Kyle Busch, I didn't see him in there. Sheldon Creed, Zane Smith. I missed that whole row. Eric Jones, okay. All right. You had 20 of them. Yeah, I don't like the decoys. Decoys are throwing me off. Brett Moffitt, Terry Cook. David Gillen on there? I don't remember. Mike Skinner was. Christopher Bell was. Spencer Boyd. Brett Bodine's not on there. That was before his time. I think I remember typing out Mike Bliss, but I don't remember if it was right or not. Christian Eckes, I missed this row too. Elliott Sadler, Jamie McMurray, we knew was on there. Timothy Peters. Gotta go back through this again because I might have missed some. We got 11. I don't like how many we left on there. Butch Miller. Was Hillen on there? I think he was. No! That got me. That one got me. I was really hoping for a perfect score. Jason Keller. Oh, he was wrong. I remember putting him in the list, but it wasn't right. Oh my gosh. I'm fumbling. I'm fumbling now. Boris said was on there. Gosh darn it. David Gillen has to be on there then. No, he's not. Oh my gosh. No. Oh, this is terrible. David Rudiman. Where's he at? I thought I clicked on him already. Yeah, I clicked on him. I don't remember Harrison Burt winning a truck race. I thought he went winless in trucks and then he won 4 Xfinity races. Mike Bliss. I still have 5 more. Paul Menard was not on there when we tried him. Ryan Refner. Hank Parker Jr. I don't remember putting him on the last list. I don't think he was there either. But when I put Elliott Sadler, did Hermie Sadler come up too? I don't think he did. I'm lost. Your score is a C minus. I can't believe I. In fact, I got those 3 wrong in a row. Oh my gosh. The decoys are tough. Harrison Burton's got to be. I'm second guessing myself. That's the problem here. I want to say none of these guys, but that's not right. 4 left. Chad Little. Oh no, that's not it either. I don't think that's it. Scott Riggs is on here. I didn't realize I skipped him. Okay, so we got 3 more. Stremme, no. Gallagher, no. It wasn't Green. I remember trying to put him. I don't think Ryan Truex was on there when I put. It's got to be Harrison Burton then. I was right. I knew he went winless. It's just of the names that we have left here, I don't remember any of them being on the original list. Jeff? No, there's no way. There was a Burton that did win. Was it Ward? No. We gotta go Jeff. Was there no Burtons on that first list? There was no Burtons on the first list. That's unbelievable. So one of the doubles was Bob Keselowski. So I didn't realize when I put Brad Keselowski earlier that Bob had taken off the list the first time. So that was definitely a double that I automatically got in the first one. Didn't really think about it the second time through. Same thing with Mike Wallace getting the double, but I do remember because we talked about him winning the 2000 race. I don't know why I kind of skipped it. Denny Hamlin, I definitely remember putting that on the first list. Just kind of scrolling back through the names, I didn't realize that I didn't click on him. Rich Bickle, Jimmy Hensley. Yeah, well, I tried. I mean, the average score is 54, but considering we already did that, I was going for perfect. And I didn't get it. When's the race starting back up? I don't know. It's just it's still saying that program alert. We got radioactive going on right now. We'll refresh now that we're another quiz in. It says engines refired 2 minutes ago. Craftsman made some unapproved adjustments under red, and he's going to be restarting at the tail of the field. So that's our update during the red flag period. Sounds like we should get to racing here shortly, so we'll exit out of the quiz, and we'll get the raw feed back up and running on NASCAR.com. Log out and try to log back in again. So engines are refired, and we will get this race in. And cars are actually on the track right now, trucks specifically on the track. Quick update on the leaderboard from where we left off and where we're at right now. Ben Rhodes leads. Tyler Ankrum is second. Then you got Corey Day third, Justin Haley fourth, and Ty Majeski fifth. Stuart Friesen sixth, Raja Krut seventh, Luke Fenhouse eighth, Dawson Sutton ninth, and Tanner Gray in 10th. Chandler Smith 11th, Bailey Curry 12th, Jake Garcia 13th, Matt Crafton 14th, 15th for Daniel Hemrick, Andres Perez 16th, Grant Enfinger 17th, Caden Honeycutt 18th, Connor Mosak 19th, Tony Breidinger 20th, Matt Mills 21st, Jack Wood 22nd, Lane Riggs 23rd, Gio Ruggiero 24th, Corey Heim 25th, Josh Riem 26th, Spencer Boyd 27th, last truck on the lead lap. Ray Commuters 1 lap down in 28th, same for Nathan Burton 29th. William Sawalich had that flat right front tire towards the end of stage 1 before the caution came out, so he's 2 laps down in 30th. As Stefan Malozzi, just 2 laps into the race, pulled off the track with a mechanical issue, and I believe he is out of the race in 31st. He can return if he stayed in his truck, but considering the red flag, I don't know what the rules are for that. I doubt he has to stay in at that point, but I don't think we'll be seeing any more Malozzi for the rest of the night. So 30 trucks remain in the race, and the field has been given the 1-to-go signal.
The spotters are counting the cars, and that's where it gets really tricky to be able to do. Is that the spotters counting how many trucks you go to the bottom, and then how many are at the top, and they're trying to make sure they're in the shortest lane. It's really, really hard to do.
Guys, the 88 of Matt Crafton. Penalty for unapproved adjustment dropping to the rear. Let's listen.
Hard for you. I don't know. That's not like for the law.
Well, we know how the team feels about it.
Yeah.
Maybe not seeing it the same way that NASCAR sees it.
Yeah.
So he'll drop to the tail end of the lead lap trucks. Also, before we went to red, the 11 and 2, Stephen Malazzi, and of course the 11 of Corey Heim, both speeding on pit road. So Corey Heim, who had made up all that ground, raced up into the top 5, now will drop down. Trying to see where he's going to restart here. They're going to add a lap here before we go green once again. And another one, too, I was looking at is Gio Ruggiero in the 17 truck. He was up there battling in the top 10. Poor pit stop, fell back. So Meyer shows 24th right now for the 17. There he is.
Yeah, the field is definitely mixed up here, Jamie, to your point. And this will be a shorter stage than the first stage because they burned some laps under yellow, which is only end up being about 21, 22 lap stage when they do go green.
Yeah, we talked about how fast and furious this race is, and then the rain came, but now it's on. It was a great race before the rain, and now we get to have about 95 laps.
I might have been lagging a little bit during the red flag, too, so I'm going to try to fast forward if I can.
3:30. That's only on FS1. There's Joey, 4-time winner here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. But Christopher Bell he's on a tear right now, doing something we don't see very often in this sport.
Yeah, I'm kind of sick of it. I think he needs to stop doing that. And he's going to stop him this weekend. I don't like hearing all that.
But this is one of his best racetracks. He's got a couple of really good tracks coming up for him, so he'll have a great shot at it. Not what you wanted to hear.
No, I wouldn't think it's what you want.
No. Yeah, well, it actually makes it fun. It's something extra to race for.
So Ben Rhodes, first time we've seen him up front tonight. Tyler Ankrum's been so good. He's led the most laps, 14 and maybe counting.
Yeah, Ben Rhodes had an excellent pit stop. I think it's in lead.
Yeah, the team got it done on that first and only stop that we have seen tonight. 55 minutes of red flag, and we are ready to go. As the drivers approach the Eco Park Automotive Restart Zone. Ben?
All right, here we go. Green flag in the air. We're going to be on lap 38. That means we'll have 23 laps to go in stage 2. Ben Rhodes will lead the field to the green here at Las Vegas. We're back to racing following a just around 1 hour red flag. Rhodes gets that launch and a great push from behind from Justin Haley to take the lead through turns 1 and 2. All cleared down the back straightaway. Big run on the outside coming from Tyler Ankrum, trying to retake the race lead again for himself. Down to the bottom of the track into turns 1 and 2 and slides clear off the exit of the corner. Yet another lead change. Justin Haley a few rows back, split 3 wide middle off turn 4, freezing to the inside. Majeski to the outside, whips around him. Ty Majeski won stage 1, lost time on pit road. We did have live pit stops right before the red flag for rain. So that is why the field was jumbled up in the running order just a little bit from where we were. From the end of stage 1 to where we actually got to the restart to begin stage 2 with the extra caution laps for the rain. Majeski battling to the inside of Corey Day. A little bit of contact off turn 4. Nothing major on either truck damage-wise. We'll drive it off into turns 1 and 2. A little bit of the Goodyear lettering ripped off of the left rear tire of Day. Slight donut on the right side door. The 98 of Majeski to his inside. Big block by Roger Carruth. Risky one at that. Trying to pull that off on the 7. The 07, that is, his teammate, Justin Haley, of all drivers he was throwing the block on. 38 of Chandler Smith up inside the top 5 for the first time today. He was back half of the top 10 at the end of stage 1. Rips his way up to 4th, passing Stuart Friesen on the outside through the front stretch. Had a great run off turn 4 that last time by. Front of the field, Ty Majeski's got a 1/10 of a second lead over Ben Rhodes in 2nd, Corey Day in 3rd, 4/10 back, 8/10 back for Chandler Smith in 4th, Ty Majeski 8/10 of a second off the lead in 5th. So that is the top 5 the last time by at the line. Again, all within 8/10 of a second of each other as well. 19 laps to go still in stage 2. Plenty of racing still to come. Corey Heim, who had to restart at the rear end of the field following a speeding penalty, first of his Truck Series career in his 67 start. Amazing that he had gone that long without one. But he's already back up to battling with Lane Riggs for 17th on track. Jake Garcia falling back quite a bit right now. In 7th, qualified top 3. He was also top 10 at the end of the last stage. I believe he was right about where he is running now. 6th, 7th, 8th, somewhere around there at the end of stage 1. Corey Day trying to advance a position on Stuart Friesen. Fake blow goes to the outside. Day's definitely been running that middle to upper group most of this race today. Chandler Smith not really getting away from Stuart Friesen. Top 2 trucks at the front of the field are slightly pulling everybody else from 3rd on back. After Corey Day was not able to make up enough ground on the outside to try to catch Stuart Friesen, his teammate is now underneath him off of turn 4.
That side draft that Justin Haley was trying to put on the left rear quarter panel there. It shows that truck's got so much straightaway speed, but he's got to hold on to it.
Great battle in the top 10 right here. Justin Haley in the 7th position, but it's all about Tyler Ankrum. Ben Rhodes battling up front. We're going to step aside, but you won't miss a thing. We'll go side by side.
Side-by-side commercial break on Fox Sports 1 for the airing of this Craftsman Truck Series race. We'll stay right here for the moment. Tyler Ankrum is our race leader. Ben Rhodes again in 2nd, as I mentioned already. Chandler Smith 4th, Stuart Friesen 5th, and Justin Haley made a pass on Corey Day for 5th. Corey Day now falls to 6th place position, and in 7th behind him is Jake Garcia still. Raja Carruth is at 8th, Ty Majeski 9th, and rounding out the top 10 is Tanner Gray in 10th. Pass for position as I was actually going through the top 10 there. Jake Garcia actually moves up to 5th. getting by both the Spire Motorsport Chevys in front of him of Justin Haley and Corey Day. Raja Caruth is also now currently battling his teammates, all three Spire trucks right there in a row, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Caruth will make the pass on Haley. Day is up to 6th, getting by Justin as well. And Haley went backwards on that initial run of the race. Remember, he got up to 2nd, had a great short run burst on the initial start, then ended up falling to 8th before settling in at the end of that stage. Ty Majeski, again, after winning stage 1, just kind of mired in traffic on this restart. He's still right around 9th. Definitely not driving back through the field. You wonder how much the track conditions have changed. Obviously, green racetrack again, like we had at the very initial start. All the rubber laid down for practice and qualifying, as well as our Truck Series race for the opening 26 green flag laps was all wiped off. It's like the early laps of practice all over again as far as the grip level goes, and maybe even and then some, considering now that we're in the nighttime skies, where practice was in the middle of the afternoon earlier. Despite the skies being on the overcast side of things. Corey Heim has already gotten inside the top 10 after restarting at the tail end of the field with the pit road speeding penalty. He is battling Raja Caruth on track for 8th place. Set sail past him. Already 18 positions gained for Heim since the restart. We'll take a quick break here. You're listening live on KRC to the Craftsman Truck Series Ecosave 200 at Las Vegas.
Back to the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series live from Las Vegas, Nevada. Tyler Ankrum continues to lead as Chandler Smith is on the move in 2nd. Ben Rhodes in 3rd, Stuart Friesen and Jake Garcia top 5. Now, if you're looking for Live Golf, you can find that tournament over on FS2 or on the Fox Sports app. That's starting now.
I think what's starting now is Chandler Smith heating up. He is making a run for the front. Up to 2nd. Loved when his truck was in. Watch him in our box here just a second ago.
Look at Corey Heim, just slicing and dicing. Once again, he's had to do it once tonight so far. Now he's all the way up to 8th.
Yeah, a little bit of work here.
You can see just the speed he's able to carry through the corner, and then he's able to kind of continue that down the straightaway. But most of Corey's speed is coming from the corner, which isn't surprising, right? We talk about the downforce versus drag trucks. He didn't qualify well. He's got that downforce in it.
Plus 16 on the restart. That always makes you feel good.
See those biggest movers since the restart. Corey Heim up 16. In fact, he's gained 39 positions since the start of this race. Trying to pick up his 40th position right here over Corey Day.
Yeah, the handling's going away on those trucks again. A little faster this time. Maybe that's because of the track not having as much rubber on them. I'm not sure, Joe, but you can see the trucks that are trimmed for speed are starting to struggle.
It's been a pretty short run, too. They all started with 4 tires on it, and the track being a little bit cooler. Kind of expected those trucks that were trimmed out to be able to hang a little bit better.
Guys, we talked about Ty Majeski fast early on, won the first stage, but he is faded. He's back to 11th. There's some contact earlier.
Yeah.
He definitely got some damage here. Side drafting with the 7 truck of Corey Day. We can see the right side door is bent right behind the door number, kind of right above the exhaust area on this truck. The right onboard with it when this happened.
Okay. And you may think that's not much, but the right side of these trucks are super sensitive. They're relying so much on that area for downforce and side force. It's a lot different, right? In a Cup car, the bodies are a lot different. We're not relying on the side force as much, and their bodies are a lot tougher than these trucks are.
This is still a steel side series, right? So the sides on these trucks, you can see it's kind of got a little worker right there, but right in front of the right rear tire.
That big dent above it, yeah. That's definitely hurting. And to show how much, right? That was the best truck on the racetrack at the end of the first stage.
Yeah.
He's around 11th now, just with that little bit of damage.
Not to mention, Richard and lap times about 177 miles per hour around this place. And speaking of time adjustment, fastest lap tonight, 178.4. Remember, this year, NASCAR awarding that extra point for the fastest lap of the race.
I think he wants more than that point, though, Jim. I think he wants to get this truck back in on the well.
Yes, he does. And, last year he swept the first 2 stages. Doesn't look like that's going to happen as we only have 4 laps to go here in stage number 2. Chandler Smith is on the move. Back in the Truck Series, new team for him, Front Row Motorsports.
Corey Heim on the move like we were talking, up to 6 now. Look how he just ran the bottom with so much speed right there. I mean, like he had to lift off the throttle, just really yarded all the trucks around right there.
Yeah, it made it look easy. It shows how much speed he's got. Look, he can just put it down there on the bottom.
It won't be long getting out for 5th here.
That's fun to drive. When you got a truck like that you can just carve the bottom, figure out the paint, and watch those trucks in front of you and not be able to do it.
Let's get an update on Ben Rhodes for 4th, Todd.
Yeah, Jenny, found out why or how Ben Rhodes got that track position for the state after the stage break. They only took 2 tires on that stage break, and Ben is paying the price right now. He just came on the radio and said, this thing is plowing tight.
Well, good news for Ben. He only has 2 laps to hang on. He'll pick up some valuable points here at the end of this stage, and that was probably a good gamble.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, if the price you're paying is just going back to 4th, maybe 5th, yeah, I'd take that all day long.
Final lap of stage number 2. It happens fast at Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
Yeah, Stoke Friesen was able to hang along with this group too, so he's got a fast truck.
All that said, don't count out what Tyler Ingram was doing. He's ran really well in both stages. Looks like he's going to win this 2nd stage. And he's got a fast truck. He baked fast for the lead on the restart both times.
And he does it. Tyler Ingram wins stage number 2. Chandler Smith 2nd. Stuart Friesen, great job hanging in 3rd. Corey Heim up to 4th. Ben Rhodes rounds out the top 5. Tyler Ingram's first stage win since May of last year at North Wilkesboro. He gets it done here. The 3rd and final stage is coming up next.
All right, Tyler Ingram going to win stage 2. After Ty Majeski won stage 1, a long wait there with the red flag from the end of stage 1 to the beginning of stage 2, but we did finally get there. And again, caution free as far as incidents go. So our only 2 cautions tonight are the stage breaks. The stage 1 ended a couple laps early under yellow due to the rain that ended up coming. The end of the stage ran a couple laps under caution again at the beginning of stage 2 before pulling them onto pit road for the red, but no incidents to record so far here this evening. So just the 1 caution, 9 lead changes so far, 11 laps under the yellow total as we get into the stage 2 break. 74 laps in the final stage, which is just outside the fuel window if this goes caution free as well. Tyler Ingram is again your stage 2 winner. Chandler Smith 2nd, Stuart Friesen 3rd, Corey Heim 4th, Ben Rhodes 5th, Justin Haley in 6th, Jake Garcia 7th, Raja Kruth 8th, Hayden Honeycutt in the top 10 for the first time today, and 9th, Corey Day in 10th. And appreciate everybody that stayed tuned throughout the course of this live commentary stream. A little longer for the Truck Series today with this rain delay that we did end up having. That's why we're not quite halfway through the race. But we are officially to the point where this race will end either tonight or technically early tomorrow morning, depending on how late this ends up going. It will be official because we have reached the end of stage 2 and or halfway. And now that we are at the end of stage 2, we'll finally end the chat poll. 78 votes were casted for who you think is going to win tonight's race. And of those 78 votes, somebody other than Ty Majeski, Corey Heim, or Chandler Smith was voted to win. 41% taking other, 30% for Ty Majeski, Corey Heim at 19%, only 8% taking Chandler Smith for the W. And when it comes to the stage 2 break as well, it is time for a diecast showing of the night. during these live commentary streams. End of stage 2 in the races, midway point or somewhere around then for practice and qualifying. Show you guys the collection from behind. And because we're in Las Vegas this weekend, figured why not bring out Las Vegas, Nevada native Kurt Busch, former NASCAR Cup Series champion from the year 2004. And this is an actual diecast from that 2004 season. There's an actual banner on the deck lid of the race car there where it says Nextel Cup Series champion of 2004. This is his Irwin Tools paint scheme that he ran in various races that season. Always really liked this. And honestly, I really liked his Sharpie and Rubbermaid cars throughout the course of the season, too. But definitely classic. Number 97. You don't see this number around in the Cup Series very often, to say the least. And it's been a long time since we've seen the 97 out on the racetrack. But Kurt Busch will be today's diecast showing for the end of stage 2.
Open. This will be the second time we see drivers come down pit road to get some tires, make some adjustments. See if anybody's willing to gamble. We saw the 99 of Ben Rhodes opted to take right sides only on the last stop. They're headed your way, Todd Bodine.
Yeah, 52 Stuart Friesen, pretty happy with his truck. Said he just needs a little lateral grip in the back of the truck, and he's got some for him. But the quote of the night is the 38 of Chandler Smith. He said, "We are one adjustment from being in a different zip code." Josh?
For the 11 of 49, had to overcome that speeding penalty on pit road, but he's happy with that truck. Wants no changes with it. And the 07 of Justin Henley fired off loose at the start of the race. Much better balance during that last run. No adjustment for him. 4 tires and fuel.
Mixed bag, some adjustments, some no adjustments. How about that quote in 38 of Chandler Smith? One adjustment away from being in a different zip code, guys. He worked his way up to second before that.
Corey Hyman, big stop getting out first.
Wow, that's impressive.
Good catch. 4 tires up 4 positions. Stuart Friesen gained 2. At 38, lost 1 spot there on that round of stops. Third and final. Coming up.
7 positions gained as well for Grant Enfinger in the number 9 truck. He's going to be up in the top 5 for the next restart. So stage 3 about to begin here as we're around halfway through the race, just shy of it. 52 minutes of action to this point, though a lot of that was under caution because of the red flag. The amount of caution laps that we ended up having on both sides of the red for rain, but no cautions again for incident. Stefan Belozzi, the only driver out of this event. We'll take another break. You're listening live here on KRC to the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, the Ecosave 200, in Stage 3 beginning shortly. Definitely getting down to the closing portion of the race. Frank Powers in the chat saying, "I'm tired." I feel you, man. I feel you. Been up for about 19 hours now. I don't feel as tired as I did during the 19th hour of the Rolex 24 stream, though, so that's good. I'll tell you what, I'll be going to bed very early tomorrow night after that Xfinity race. That race is probably going to get over about like 7 o'clock or so, if I had to guess. And I'll probably be hitting the hay soon after. Patrick Shadley, thanks for tuning in. Late night at work, but I'm here. Appreciate it. Yeah, it works out well for you. You can see the stage 3 of this race. Good timing for it. Benefit to you being out on the West Coast. Rain delay helped make it possible for you to see the end of this. Where's the 98 at? He was 11th at the end of the stage, excuse me. See where he dropped on pit road. 24th, it looks like right now, but I would assume he had a lengthy stop because they were making repairs to the right side of the truck, specifically there. Josh Reum got the free pass in 27th to get back on the lead lap. So he is the first car 1 lap down. William Sawalich, I believe, just took the wave around, goes from 2 laps down to 1 lap down. Actually, he might have taken the wave around during the last caution before that when he was 2 down, actually. So now he'll just try to race for the free pass position if we get a long enough green flag run.
Right at the hood of the car, he's going to lean in. He's going to open this hood flap right here. And when he does so, he makes some kind of adjustment. We couldn't quite tell what it was right as the officials walk away. And that's what NASCAR saw that they didn't like. Now, we don't know what he adjusted, but this is in violation of NASCAR's rule that you cannot work on the truck under red flag. And so that's what NASCAR called.
So
now
Matt
you know the full
Crafton,
story.
now you know the full story, both sides. We heard the radio, so now you saw the video. So he restarted at the tail end.
So kudos to NASCAR for posting that so that we could share it. Thank you, Mike Ford at NASCAR.
Matt Crafton shown in the 21st spot right now. Let's get an update on the 99 at Bend Road. Seemed like they struggled on that stop a little bit, Todd.
Yeah, Dan, we saw Ben backing up there, and we told you that they only took right side tires. Well, this is the left front off of their tire, off of their truck. A little bit of cord showing, and guys in the booth can explain what it's like to try to drive a truck that have its tire like that.
Yeah, so you see these cords right on the inside edge of the tire all the way through here. Joey's getting really good at this prompter.
I like it.
And those cords are bad. That means the tire is completely worn out. And, when your tire is no longer on rubber, it's on the cords, doesn't have as much grip, and you slow down through the corners. So taking 2 tires will cause that. Did not put left side tires on. Speeds up the pit stop, and that's kind of the gamble you take, Joey.
Well, the other gamble, too, that you be careful of is it blowing out.
Yes.
Right? You can only run on the cords for so long before it's just not going to hold air anymore.
I think they timed that one just about perfect.
And, I mean, you'd say, how did they know that they would make it that long? I don't think they did, right? They only run 20-something laps in practice. How do you know your left side to make it that far? It's just a gamble sometimes you take in Vegas.
We see the stage points for tonight. The 99, yeah, they took the gamble, got some valuable points. 6 on the night so far, but Tyler Ankrum really maximizing his time so far with 19.
I'm really interested to see how Taylor Ankrum does on this restart. He's had 2 great restarts as a whole, but those have been from the first 2 rows. Now he's back in this, 4th row on the outside, kind of restarting P8. I'm curious if he can make those same moves and get to the lead here. You heard Chandler Smith talk about his truck, and I agreed. He looked really fast. Teammate to Lane Riggs, I thought that was going to be the truck to beat was Lane Riggs, but Chandler Smith right now, if they got that adjustment just right, he's going to be really tough. Because remember, too, guys, this is the longer stage. So we're going to go green here with about 66 laps to go, and handling is going to be a big factor.
Well, real quick, they just added a lap because we have a lot of penalties. The 66 of Luke Fenhouse, too many men over the wall. The 45 of Caden Honeycutt, pit entrance violation. The 71 of Raja Carutha, safety violation for the 17 of Gio Ruggiero.
Jeez.
And the 1 and 26 improper fueling, and the 22 Josh Rayom tire violation. So a lot to sort out there, dropping to the tail end. So
That's like a record amount of, I think, pit penalties at one stop. But, NASCAR right now has their digital officiating system. So it captures all of this, as you might be able to tell by the video we showed a little bit earlier.
absolutely, there's eyes
Very
watching
thorough.
everything and
Very
very thorough. So guys, don't look now, but look who's at the top of the board. After it all shakes out, Corey Himes
Time.
on top with Stuart Friesen on the inside. Todd?
Yeah. So,
Yeah, the 66 Luke Fenhouse had to come back down pit road. They had a problem on their initial pit stop of getting the fuel in the truck. Came back down pit road and still had a problem, and even trying to take their time. That's why they had too many men over the wall.
Thank you, Todd. And hey, just an update, there is still rain in the area, and we now have made this an official race. If the rain were to come and continue for quite some time, we've made it to the end of stage number 2, so it would be deemed official.
Well, these guys, they want to race. They do not want to end it under yellow here. So we'll have to see how this all pans out. Another lap has been added. Some really light sprinkles right now.
Yeah, you said it, really light right now. Just enough for NASCAR to be a little bit cautious. Say, hey, let's pace them for another lap.
Boy.
Oh, man, it's raining again.
Oh, that looked a little. It looks a little different than what it looks like out our window right now.
It does. I just cannot believe this. All day, this was not in the forecast that anybody had seen. It was a pop-up in the desert, and now another pop-up.
This might end it.
Let's hear some radio from Corey Day about
It's
the
dumping.
rain.
Ugh.
Yeah. It's Brian Patti's crew chief, I believe, talking to Corey Day.
And this is why, we talk about pit crews in NASCAR all the time. And this is a perfect example of how a pit crew can win your race. Corey Heim came onto pit road fourth, came out in the lead. If this rain continues and we don't get to finish the rest of this race, that might be the win from his pit crew. So I'm sure they're really excited about that on pit road. But pit road, very, very important place.
It's a great point. Corey Hyman's been getting it done on the track, overcoming obstacles. Pit crew getting it done. He's out front now as the rain falls.
Tell you what, this is a sad, wet, and dreary night here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. I think total time on the stream, we're going to have more time doing the trivia throughout the course of the night than what we are for the finish here. If we lose the track again, I think they're going to call it. Honestly, we are halfway, exactly halfway. We just got to the end of stage 2. We haven't even restarted for stage 3. Rain stage 1, rain. Rain stage 2, rain, and here we are. Obviously, with the Truck Series race being shorter, barely eclipsed 100 miles of a 200-mile race, but that's all we need. And Corey Heim's found his way to the front of the field. You could argue Heim had the fastest truck. I mean, he did go from the rear of the field up to, 5th before the end of that last stage. Got up to 4th on the initial start. It does stink for a guy like Tyler Ankrum, for instance, because Ankrum just won stage 2, lost some time on pit road, 7th is where he runs. Corey Heim won the race out of the pits after gaining 4 positions on pit road there. So we'll have to wait this one out, but I don't think this one's going to be nearly as long of a wait. As soon as NASCAR makes it official, we'll go through the finishing order, get the interview with the race winner. Might end up being Corey Heim here. I think they're going to end this time around, though. I mean, it took over an hour for them during the last rain delay. I would imagine that's going to be the same here also. First thing I did was ask about the weather when I entered the chat tonight. Sorry. Nobody saw this coming. I mean, there was no rain in the forecast. They stated that even over the broadcast multiple times. And not 1 but 2 rain showers in the span of a couple hours during the course of tonight's race. We did get it in, but not a lot happening. And NASCAR has posted the red flag, as you see on our leaderboard. They did get the 1-to-go signal before it really started raining, too. Then they added a lap of caution. Then it was really raining. And brought them into the pits the next time. Lap 69 of 134. If this holds, this will be the second straight second-place finish for Stuart Friesen. Solid season on the point standing side of things.
Just a look back at Daytona, first race of the year. Looked like it was all Parker Kligerman. Out front, crosses the finish line, gets the flag, plants it in the grass. But afterwards, he failed post-race inspection. The win was given to Corey Heim. He finished second in that race, so he does have that win sticker. And now he sits in P1 as the rain falls here at Las Vegas.
Just call it, please.
We had 65 laps to go. The red flag is out.
Call it so I can
If
go
the
to
rain
bed.
continues and NASCAR deems that we could not get to the end of the race in a reasonable time, it would be official.
The rain has gotten lighter.
Oh,
It's splitting us.
They're right down the middle of this right
I kind of hope this ends.
And like you guys said, that blue stuff, it's like that sleety kind of snow.
It's a wintry mix.
I mean, we're just skirting it, right? And we're just getting a little bit here and there.
Just enough to be annoying.
Yeah.
And we're going to do
Oh,
this.
it's going to be frustrating for these drivers.
I mean,
it's such a good race. The action
They've
that we
lost
have
the track
been able to
again.
see.
Absolutely.
Now Corey Heim up front. Wanted to see what Chandler Smith and the 38 could do. Stuart Friesen sitting second. He's had a great truck tonight.
Covers are going on the trucks.
There's not much you can do about the weather. At least these guys have worked their way all the way out here to Las Vegas to put on the best race they can, and they're definitely doing it. Some great action through the field today.
These teams will pack up. They'll drive all the way back east and then down south to Homestead for the truck race on Friday night, and then move on up north to Martinsville the next week.
Almost coast to coast.
I just want to take a minute to give a shout out to all of our camera crews, our entire Fox Sports team working in these elements. Not just wet, but it is cold. It's been chilly. It's been rainy. It's been everything. So well done.
Windy too. Yeah.
So windy.
Oh,
There
good
they
job,
are.
guys.
Well done, guys. Keeping a good attitude, getting the great shots for us. Thank you. Our pit reporters freezing on pit road. Pony,
Get them some hot chocolate.
Yes.
no doubt.
They sound like happy though.
Dude,
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
you don't realize how many cameramen we have. A lot of cameramen.
Andy Mitchell, he's got the tether there. These guys have been doing this for so many years. There's Turtle up there. Hey, Turtle.
I'll take the job in the booth, guys. You guys can have that one.
No doubt. Doing great work.
There's a couple that they're happy.
He's looking for the big truck horn. Live golf. Hey, there's the goat. That's Brad Hutton. That is my man on Sundays. Been my cameraman since I've been with Fox. There's Jake Lau. He's a man that spins around and gets all the awesome shots when you guys win. The
I
burnouts.
like seeing him.
I love it. Oh, there's the drivers. Drivers out of the trucks, it look like, maybe?
Yeah, it looks like, I mean,
Yep,
to
there
me,
they
it's like
are.
barely raining.
It's that annoying
But-
rain.
Yeah, and it's just not enough to you can't call the race. Like I don't think like, it's not that much rain, but
Or Smith.
maybe not. I don't know. It's kind of a hard place to be here.
Yeah, the NASCAR, credit to them. The last thing we would do is drop the green, and it opens up on these guys. It causes a big wreck. You know, so they're trying to protect the drivers' team.
Favorite seat in the house for Brad Kozlowski right here. Do it,
Yeah,
Brad.
this fire, here we go. I've been practicing on
Boom.
We've got our own Stratosphere Vegas lights here. Thanks to our teleprompter. Amazing technology here.
That guy only knew
I know.
what you were doing with his fire. They look so cozy.
Yeah, so in the booth, you know, as race car drivers, we look for things to do, and we have found every function on the teleprompter.
Yes. If you wonder what we do on commercial break, we play with all these buttons in here.
At least they're staying warm.
There's some pretty cool ones too.
Chandler Smith, what a night it has been for him. He said he was one adjustment away from being in a different zip code. Let's hear from him, Todd.
Well, Chandler, you got a little hot rod you're sitting in here tonight, and I gave the folks at home your quote of the night. Yeah, about being in a different zip code. So is it still that good? Yeah, we were one adjustment away from being in a different zip code, and I felt like we hit on that adjustment. Just yeah, I can't say enough about all the men and women back at Front Row Motorsports. They gave me a really good number 38 Long John Silver's Ford F-150, and I want this thing to keep going. I think we got a really good shot at winning this thing. So I'd like to see us go to the checkered.
And you know, you're at the new team, Front Row Motorsports, and it seems like you guys have just started clicking right off the bat. I mean, 2 great runs from Daytona and Atlanta, and you're sitting here right on schedule.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, when I walked in the door, the program was already really good. It was just one of a plug and play deal. So we got our group together, the 38 group, I think probably 3 weeks before Daytona. We didn't have crew chief, anybody at all. We finally got everybody together, hired everybody, and started thrashing on our Daytona truck. And I think the boys are finally just now to where we're kind of caught up and starting to get ahead, but I'm super, super proud of everybody that's a part of this team, specifically the 38 group. Like I said, this deal came together last minute as far as putting the whole team together. And I couldn't be more happy with everybody that's on this group.
Chandler Smith, excited to be racing. Josh?
Over here with Grant Enfinger, and you fought your way into the top 10. Feel like that truck is really starting to come alive right now.
Yeah, I wish my big crew would step it up a little bit. We came in 11th. We we left in fifth. So as a race car driver, that's a good thing. So those guys have been on it. I think our champion power equipment Chevy was pretty good that second stint. Got checked up a little bit when I guess it was a 25 or 26 hit the wall in front of me and we lost a few spots on that restart. And then just kind of, slowly, methodically, I feel like we're able to drive our way forward. So definitely feel like we got top 5 pace. And now that we're in the top 5, maybe we can hold on to that a little bit. So pretty happy with the adjustments just made.
Well, we're over here on the front stretch. So how does the track look on that side? Because it feels like you think we can go back racing because you got a hot rod that's going to come for the win, right?
I definitely would like to see us go back racing, and it's really not raining right now. So it was more like a heavy mist when we were out there. It was too wet for us to fire back off. They made the right call coming back down, but now that they've kind of put us in this position, we definitely need to keep racing.
There you go. Shout out to Grant Enfinger and the pit crew over here.
About that, the drivers told to get out of the trucks, and then the rain stopped. So now we wait, which is what we all want, right? We want to go back. I want to go back to Chandler Smith.
I don't know.
22 years old, a 2-time dad already.
I'd hate to see a race end like this, but
he's been one of those that has been on everybody's radar since he was a youngster. Came so close to winning the championship in the Truck Series driving for Kyle Busch. Won this race in 22, moved to the Xfinity Series, won races there. He's going to do big things this year.
Yeah, I think so. He's got a lot of experience under his belt now, right? And I think that definitely is going to play into his hand as he's in the Truck Series this year.
Look at that. In IQ, we have a bio on Chandler Smith. Born in 2002, if that doesn't make you feel...
No, our team is on it. He was a Toyota development driver, brought him up, so Kyle Busch Motorsports. Then he moved on, wanted to go Xfinity racing. He's done a lot of winning. You see that 3 Xfinity Series wins. He's so young. He has so much more to go. Obviously wants to make it to Sundays, but going to build himself back up here in the Truck Series with a great team. Did you hear him say his team, including his crew chief, came together 3 weeks before Daytona?
Yeah, that's pretty impressive to put all that together so late in the going and to be this competitive. He definitely does not want to see the rain.
Well, I tell you what, you get to see all these drivers are antsy, like they want to get back in, and they're all standing around their trucks. You heard Grant Enfinger a minute ago. We definitely need to start back the race. I believe he was lobbying there to make sure. I think he knows he's got a good truck.
You guys never lobby.
No.
Well, let's hear from Todd's best buddy down there, Friesen. How's he doing, Todd?
Yeah, my buddy's doing pretty good. He's another one of those drivers. Let's go race, man. I got a hot rod here tonight. Stuart, 2 weeks in a row now you've had a fast truck, first mile and a half. How do you think this program has progressed and what you and Jimmy have tried to accomplish with this team?
Obviously pretty good right now. We got a pretty solid truck. Pit crew did a heck of a job right there, picking up some spots. So thanks to those guys. Just big thanks to Helmar and Mohawk Northeast and all our supporters, all our great product sponsors. It's pretty fun racing at the front of these deals again. So we'll see. Thought about trying to line up with Corey and push him, and figured I want to try to get some clean air. He'll have somebody else pushing him. So I'm pretty happy with Chandler behind me. We've been buddies for a while, and we got a little bit of a game plan. So as long as it doesn't get too swirly, we're gonna get a heck of a shove here.
Yeah, Chandler just came up to Stuart and said, "Get ready, buddy, because I'm gonna give you the push of your life. So get ready." You get him, Josh.
I don't think they'll over here with Lane Riggs and Lane. We talked earlier in the day, and we talked about the qualifying effort, and you're like, I know we didn't qualify the best. And then you had that adjustment, had to go to the back, but you said this truck was so good, it was the same feeling you had at Bristol. So how are we feeling at this point in the race about that truck? Yeah, that went away. That was long gone. It was a 12 out of 10 loose the first stage. I was swatting flies, hanging on to it. I know a lot of other people around me were really out of the racetrack, and we just missed the balance really bad. Made really big adjustments right there at the end of stage 1. It got me where I could actually drive the thing, but we're not right now. We're about 10th, which is where we were speed-wise at the end of that second stage. So, yeah, I want to go back racing here. I think after the adjustments we just made, I got confidence in our truck itself. I think if we just get it balanced right, it'll be really fast. It's just, really missed it when it got so cold out here. So, just ready to get back racing. I really don't want to finish it right here in 11th. I know we deserve more than that.
All right, I hear the whistle blowing. I think you guys are getting back in the trucks pretty soon. That's a good sign.
I just got out. I literally just got out of the truck. Or good thing I got to talk to everybody at home. There you go. All right, Lane, good luck the rest of the way. JB?
Absolutely, Josh. Love to hear from the drivers, and that is a great sign. We heard the whistle. Drivers are heading back to their trucks. The track is almost dry. We're going to step aside. Stay with us. We have 65 more laps coming at you from Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
Well, we're getting there. Track drying process almost done, it sounds like. Drivers back to the trucks and probably get back to racing here in about another 10 to 15 minutes at the latest. Boy, oh boy. I was really hoping. I'm like, you know what? This race will probably be done by about 11 o'clock. It's going to be kind of late. Oh boy. Oh boy, I was wrong. I got to get up for work in about 5 hours. This is nuts. This is nuts. And like I said, I get home tomorrow. We got cup practice and qualifying right here live on the channel, 1:30 p.m. Eastern. And then we'll be live again at 4:30 p.m. Eastern, doubleheader for Saturday action on the channel at Las Vegas. And cup practice and qualifying followed by the Xfinity Series race. And then we will be racing ourselves as well. Sunday, sorry, I don't know why I said that. Until I'm tired. Sunday we'll be racing 3 p.m. Eastern. Live. KRC. Any fans left? I don't know about that. In the grandstands there probably is. I mean, it's still only 8:30 local time. Which isn't that late. You know, local time, this race got to get done about 9:30 if we don't have any more inclement weather. Definitely sucks for the fans in attendance, that's for sure. Start stop when it's especially a short race like this too. Stays green the rest of the way. Definitely going to be less than a 2-hour race, and it's going to take more than 3 hours to get it done. All in all, with the red flag stoppages. Once again, just as I stated through the first red flag, appreciate everybody staying here. Didn't do any trivia the second time around just because the track was not completely lost, so the track drying process didn't take quite as long. As soon as the drivers got out of their trucks for the red flag being displayed, then stopped raining and getting right back in. About 10 minutes, 15 minutes or so after the fact. Hopefully nobody decided to go back to their motorhomes and then had to sprint back to the race truck immediately after.
Welcome back to the Craftsman Truck Series live from Las Vegas, Nevada. I mean, it's been a night so far. We got Brad Keselowski dancing here in the booth. We got Joey Logano. I know it's been a long day for you, Joey. Jamie Little with you. We have Todd Bodine and Josh Sims on pit road. So our race summary so far, we've had 2 red flags, 8 different leaders. It's been a good race so far. We just need to finish it up and see who prevails in the end.
Just want to get the flow going again. And this is really the stage that I was looking forward to the most. Because the first 2 stages, strategy-wise, pretty simple. 30 laps, put 4 tires on it, run another 30, put another 4 tires on it. Now you have 1 set left to finish this thing off. And this is what we talked about before the race started a long time ago. Feels like yesterday. But we were talking about, 1 set left. There's 2 different ways you can run this. If it looks like it's running green, the fastest way is going to be splitting it down the middle, putting 4 tires on under green. If it stays green, that'll be the fastest way to run this race.
Yep.
Now, the problem with that is what if you run another 20 laps, 25 laps, and the caution comes out? And now you have no more tires left.
Yep.
And you have to restart the end of the race. You might be up front, but you got 25 lap old tires, and you got some trucks that saved the set that may not have pitted yet. They're going to be going like crazy, and can you hold them off? Either way, it's a gamble. I know we're in Vegas and we're talking about gambling. Either way, it is a gamble whether you take the set during the middle of the run, or you try to save them for the end and you hope for a caution to be able to put them on vent?
Well, the crew chiefs have had a lot of time to think about that, Joey.
They still don't have the answer, though.
Yeah.
You can think about it. They've been thinking about this for weeks before they came out here.
But now they know how their trucks drive, which I think is helpful. And, I what I like about the red flags is it's like a complete reset in so many different ways. Like you heard Stuart Friesen and Chandler Smith talking about how they're going to push each other. Like when you're in a truck, you don't have the time to like communicate like that, right? So I'm sure these drivers, I would think the guys that have great handling trucks, they're not so worried about when to put tires out, but the ones that don't, to your point, Joey, they need to be really smart and not burn those tires too early.
This restart's going to be pretty intense, too. I mean, you talked about those two guys on the bottom, Stuart Friesen and Chandler Smith, but I look at the outside, the fourth car, right, the second car on the outside row on both restarts has got this huge run off of turn 2, pushing the leader out, and then making a run down into 3. We saw Tyler Ankrum do that the last restart. That's the way it's been for the last 2 restarts. But now you have a little bit of teamwork, if you will, on the bottom. Is that going to be able to help them maintain? It may look a little different this time.
And what about the unknowns? They got those adjustments and new tires. They don't really know what the adjustment will do just yet. And one of the big question marks was the 38 of Chandler Smith. He built it up and said, I need that one adjustment, and we're good. So a lot of questions that we're going to find out the answers here because we are going back racing. One little housekeeping nugget here. Gio Ruggiero was one of those many penalties that I had mentioned for a safety violation. NASCAR did rescind his, so he was not penalized under the red flag. The first one, I should say.
That's interesting.
Yeah, they must have lobbied for it, and they were proven correct.
Well, even NASCAR had some time.
I've never seen a call turned her over like that.
Yeah.
That might be the first for me.
Gio was happy about that.
I bet he was.
The AMR safety crew, all the track drying workers, they're doing a great job tonight. They have been busy. Yeah, send that equipment home. We don't need you anymore. Gonna line them up. 65 laps to go. We've had 2 cautions tonight. Both the end of the stages, stage 1, stage 2.
2 red flags.
They are fired up once again. Tyler Ankrum has led the most laps tonight at 39. Ty Majeski with 13. Ben Rhodes with 6. Corey Heim has led 5 laps. Jack Wood 2. Corey Day with 2. And Jake Garcia 1 lap led. There it is.
One truck out there that hasn't been fired yet. NASCAR's working on a 76 truck of Spencer Boyd.
Waiting on a push for Spencer Boyd.
They're not going to waste much time here, right? These trucks have already done the choose, right? They chose before the rain. So I believe they're going to get the one to go as they get to the start-finish line here, and then
the track
off they go.
Yeah, track looks great, Joe. I think NASCAR's ready to go racing.
Put it green before it rains again. Let's go.
Get the old vortex.
Hopefully that was the end of it. It's stuff's been popping up out of nowhere. It's kind of crazy. Look at the radar and you're like, oh, I think we're going to be all right. And then it just comes up. Here's one more look at the radar.
It doesn't look much different than we've had all night.
That's it. Put them green before we're too late.
Before the green gets to us. Let's go.
And we are so lucky it's running that thing right down the middle there. So we're just kind of getting a piece of it a little bit further south. We're in trouble.
Getting a little late dinner out here on the West Coast.
He's trying to get it all down before the.
That guy shoveling the food into his mouth.
I understand.
Wasted no
time. We don't look much different in the booth. We got our cheese crackers and a salad.
We do eat a lot during rain delays, don't we?
Well, what else do you do?
Talk business, talk shop. You guys have been cracking
We've been talking about the race tomorrow, Sunday.
Yeah, you guys have practice and qualifying tomorrow.
That's right.
And that's an easy day for you guys. 2 hours of work, hang it up. Maybe you have to go make some appearances.
Yeah, we got a lot of people in town from Pennzoil, so I have a fun dinner tomorrow night after that. And you start to really dissect everything you did in practice and qualifying and seeing where your strengths are and where your weaknesses are. And, as Brad was talking about a minute ago, he's trying to figure out the strategy, right? What do you have for a race car, and how do you play the race perfectly to where you can maximize your finish?
Great finish.
That's right.
And I'm really interested to see Corey Heim finally overcome all this track position problems. He had the speeding penalty. He started in the rear, and now he's got a chance to show what he really has. Chandler Smith, he feels pretty good about his truck. Is he as good as Corey Heim? We're going to find out.
Well, this is going to be interesting. Keep your eye right there on those first two trucks on the inside line, Stuart Friesen and Chandler Smith. Chandler said he's going to give him a huge push. So watch them work together. They are buddies. But meanwhile, they've got to stop that 11 truck. 48 trucks passed tonight by Corey Heim. Started mid-pack. Then he had to overcome a speeding penalty. Now he's finally found himself up front. As the drivers come out of turn 4, they will approach the Echo Park Automotive Restart Zone. Pace car is off. It'll be 63 laps to go at the line. Corey Heim, Stuart Friesen.
Green flag back in the air. Stuart Friesen actually outjumps the 11 of Corey Heim on the restart despite not being the controlled truck. And by that, I mean he gets to the line first, which is perfectly legal as long as the truck that controls the restart, which was Corey Heim, launches first in the restart zone. I'm getting a push down the back straightaway. Actually got knocked up against the wall. 4 wide now for second into turn 3. It's a funnel. Still contact being made. More so around the 9 and the 81 of Mosak and Enfinger. That was definitely the wildest restart we've seen so far today. That was just a bump draft gone wrong for Justin Haley. There's still 4 wide and making contact down towards turn 1. Now it's the 81 and the 19. Mosak, damage to the right, damage to the left. Left front fender looks like it's about ready to come off on the 81 truck as well. Hopefully we don't see a debris caution here moments after getting back to racing following our second red flag for rain. Battle for the lead off turn 4. Friesen, who led the last time by, will not lead this time by. It's Corey Heim back out in front. Still door-to-door for the lead into turn 1, but Heim should be able to take him into turns 1 and 2 on the outside. 52 truck bottoming out. The lower air pressure in those tires until they continue to build heat over the run. He's doing a great job on the inside lane. He's holding on longer than I thought he was going to. Sailed it off getting into turn 3 again. And he does hold on to the lead. Great job by Stuart Friesen. Heim caught him quickly, but he wasn't able to clear despite leading the last time by at the line. We've actually had 16 lead changes in today's race in the first 75 laps. On just your typical standard Truck Series mile-and-a-half track. I don't think we've seen the last as we still have 60 laps to go and Friesen leading the field. And 4x4 in that last restart headed into turn 3, opening lap following the restart. And there was contact through a little bit of it. Didn't even realize the 77 and the 7 both made contact with each other of Andres Perez. And Corey Day. Heim is in danger of losing second place to Chandler Smith in the 38 now. These guys have definitely been way more aggressive off this restart than they've been all night. And it could lead into our first caution for incident of the day as we are still awaiting that. Heim breaks free of the 38. Smith might have had to lose a lot of time because of off the throttle timing, and that allowed Justin Haley to get back underneath him. They've had to have made some adjustment changes to Haley's race truck because he has not been great on the longer run following restart all day. Gets up to about second or third, falls immediately all the way back to the 8th, 9th, 10th place position. Still holding on at 4th and looking to make the pass for 3rd. On the 38, it was looking quick towards the end of stage 2. 34 of Lane Riggs also made some major adjustments, and he is up in the top 10 for the first time today. Riggs, in fact, up to 5th. And Riggs is going way wider on the racetrack through 1 and 2 than any other driver. Clean air on the nose. Going to try to get that extra run off the progressive banking as well. Ty Majeski, after winning stage 1, had the damage on the restart to start stage 2. Ended up actually not even getting any stage points, was 11th at the end of the second stage. Most stage points of the night went to Tyler Ankrum, who was first and second in both stages, second in stage one, excuse me, and then he ended up winning stage 2. Caden Honeycutt, who got the 9th at the end of the last stage, is still right around there, battling for 10th with Ty Majeski. 8th place now, rather. Majeski ducks back in line behind him. Honeycutt's better runs in a part-time effort at Nice Motorsports last season were on the 1.5-mile track, so maybe not a surprise here tonight. But that is the case once again. 55 laps to go. Still a little bit of a ways out. All the caution laps ran with the rain delay. I think we're just outside the fuel window to make it to the end still. If there were drivers that topped off there late, right before we got to the last restart, you wonder if maybe somebody try to stretch this thing. Because again, we haven't had a caution for incident. And the longer we go into a green flag run and the more spaced out this field gets, you wonder if that could potentially happen again, as it's already happened a couple times tonight. Corey Heim has been after Stuart Friesen since losing the lead on the restart. Hasn't been able to clear him. He's gotten a bumper out ahead of him a couple of times. And is the third time going to be the charm now if he can get alongside the 52 again? Had to look big time in 3 and 4. Tried to stick it nearly full throttle into the corner. Got right on the back bumper of the 52, right on the inside line, in the wake of the dirty air, and you just saw his 11 truck shoved straight up the hill. Not only lost time to Friesen, but now Chandler Smith is within about a car length and a half of him. He widens his gap out 1 and 2, trying to get a run down the back straightaway now. A little bit of clean air. Using a little bit more of that banking as well. It looks like FS1 will be headed to a commercial break, full screen. And right as they do that, the caution flag comes out. Not sure what the yellow is out for, but yellow flag is displayed again. Our third caution of the race, and just, I hope it's not rain this time. And if it is, better get a flood at this point. Stream started almost 3 hours ago. Definitely the longest truck race stream of the season. This being the third one. I don't think we had any red flags during the Daytona or Atlanta races. Atlanta, I know for a fact we didn't. We did get to our light goal, though, tonight. Our light goal was at 50, and we are currently at 59. Be sure to hit the like button again if you haven't done so yet for more daily NASCAR content. It's almost going to turn into a triple header for tomorrow on the channel because this stream is going to end on Saturday, and we've got 2 more coming for you later in the afternoon on Saturday. Live commentary for Cup Series practice and qualifying will begin at 1:30 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, so less than 14 hours from now. And then we will end up having NASCAR Xfinity Series coverage again at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. 3 p.m. Eastern on Sunday, live commentary will begin. On that side of things, it will be for the NASCAR Cup Series race, our main event of the weekend. Still waiting to see exactly what the caution is for when they do come back from commercial.
Is out here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. You're watching the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. This is the first time we've had a caution for incident.
Okay, it's not rain this time.
Caden Honeycutt. Take a look here what happened to him in that 45 truck.
Battling for 8th.
Drive down into turn 3 here, underneath the 13 of Jake Garcia. Gets loose a little bit of air off the right side, comes up the racetrack, and he's going to do a great job saving this.
But, Tyler Ankrum.
In the wall pretty hard. That's a shame for a guy who's having a great day. Yellow is out.
The 18, as we talked about, he got mired back there because of that slow stop. Look at that driving. It's impressive.
Yeah, and Tyler Ankrum just, where do I go, right? He thought he's going to spin out, and maybe he had an idea of what direction he's going to go, and he had to change his direction quickly, which got him in the defense.
That was the view from Ty Majeski's truck. So you see the damage pretty significant there for Tyler Ankrum. Make sure they don't have a fender rub here, as we have plenty more laps to go.
Really clear to the fender.
Yeah, that's a frustrating sequence for him, you know. He was running so well. Stage 2 winner. Came down here, lost a few spots, and now he's caught up in an incident.
Just go to the right side. Make sure you feel like it's not going to rub any of the tires. Right here. All right, we're good.
Ankrum was having such a
So
good
here's
night.
the strategy situation here. Pits are going to be open. They're on the back straightaway right now. So you can pit here and make it to the end on fuel. But you put your last set of tires on it. Right? So the question is, do you do a fuel only? Just so you know you can make it? Do you stay out to get the track position and pray for a caution later? And you can put your tires on then?
It's a tough call, you know, if you
Or you
one
put
of
your
these
tires
better
on that?
trucks, you know, I don't think you can risk your race, but if you have nothing to lose, you know, if you're running 10th or worse, seems like maybe an opportunity here.
I think you at least got to put gas in.
What do you have, about 14 green flag laps on this set of tires?
52 Stuart Friesen really likes his truck right now. Still needs just a little lateral grip, but pretty happy with it. 38 Chandler Smith, guess what? No changes. Give me 4 tires and let's go race them. Josh?
For Corey Heim in that 11 truck, he said if anything, he'd like to be freed up just a little bit, but that truck is pretty neutral. Pretty happy with that one. For the 07 of Justin Haley coming in, you see him getting fuel. You see the tires for Justin Haley to put himself in position to contend as well.
So a lot of teams out there for 4 tires here.
Yeah, and some of this makes you wonder too. Like we talked about the track cooling off and everyone running the bottom now. Maybe tires just aren't worth as much as they were before. So they're saying, "Hey, let me just put tires on now, and be done with it." And they may just not come down pit road ever again.
See the 81 truck there. That's Connor Mozak. Had quite a bit of damage, and I don't know if that just came from Daniel Hemrick.
Corey Heim's team pumped up.
He said it's high time.
Well, these guys have been getting it done tonight. Every stop, they've been on it.
Comes out with the lead again for the second stop in a row.
How fun is that when you're so confident in your team? When you guys come down pit road, you know the boys are going to get it done.
It's a good feeling. You know, to win at NASCAR, you have to compete at every level. You know, we talk about the race cars and aerodynamics and engines and the tires. The driver's got to be right. And when you get that last component, or maybe not the last component, one of the most important components is the pit stops, right? Man, it just makes your life so much easier.
That confidence it can give you when your team is so on it. Let's take a look at Justin Haley's. Ooh, somebody lost a tire.
Oh boy.
So this is Justin Haley's stop. When we were watching it, it looked like it was a little longer.
And something happens here on the right rear while they're trying to change lug nuts. It looks like maybe the gun might get stuck or broken. Can't quite tell here. I don't think this is the team that lost the mule, though. 44, it looks like it was the team that lost Bailey Curry. But Justin Haley definitely wasn't happy with his pit stop.
Yeah, he was right up there in the mix.
That's tough. You know, Justin Haley's been kind of like in that second or third row on every restart. I bet he feels like if he could just punch through and get the lead, he'd have a shot to win this race.
This is really interesting to me because we've got Chandler Smith in the 38. He's been there, but now he's got his teammate in Lane Riggs, who has come on strong. And that's, I mean, coming into the day, I think a lot of people were looking at that team to get it done, but his handling just wasn't there. He said when the temperatures went down, just too loose, they've been able to tighten him up a little bit. Now he's here in the best position of the night.
And he had a big restart when they were all 4 wide and doing all that stuff. Lane just, I don't know exactly what happened because there's so much going on at the same time.
But he cleared a couple rows for sure.
He moved forward. That was the big winner on the restart.
Being told that Justin Haley in the 07, the gun broke. And that's why the hiccup and the extra time on the right rear.
So we'll come back to P11.
Here comes the choose again. The one to go.
Now the 02 is not the leader.
Wow, Stuart Friesen took third or second row on the bottom, which is a Interesting play.
We got a couple trucks mixed in here who either did not need tires. Oh,
That was close.
very close.
It is a penalty if your tires touch that shoes cone.
We're gonna look at this tire that fell off one of the trucks. I believe it was Bailey Curry. You're gonna see he's a
Fourth truck in line in his box.
see these up here on the top of your screen. And that tire's just gonna sneak right out the back. And the tire changer wisely says, I'm not chasing that. That's probably a smart move to the traffic there.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, really close. 26 truck of Dawson Sutton had a up and close view of that one.
22 needs a little help. That's Josh Rayom.
See if they'll add another lap of caution or not.
This is about to pick up, guys.
Yes, it is.
Everybody's got all their strategies done. They got about 3 to 4 laps here.
Hold on, you could take your breath. We got one extra lap. They just added a lap.
Good. I need to prepare here because the first 3 or 4 laps on this restart are going to be absolute pandemonium.
And they waved it off because they're pushing a 22 truck down pit road. There's too many people on pit road and truck stopped.
Still can't get it fired there. And you see him limping and now comes to a stop.
So they will probably push him off the track and go green next
Pushing me
time.
all the way back to the stall right now.
Here comes
Breaker coming up.
the tow truck to give him a little push.
That's a helpless feeling.
What is that name on the side of his truck? Is that his nickname that we did not know about?
We learn something every day here.
The cameras are always
They
watching.
are always watching.
Is that what we learned today?
It is.
Okay.
Yes, for sure.
Just a reminder, if you're looking for Live Golf, you can find that tournament ongoing now on FS2 or the Fox Sports app. Had a little bit of weather to deal with and try to dodge tonight in Las Vegas. That was not expected. 2 red flags, one for 45 minutes, one for 20 minutes. Usually this is a quick race, guys, about an hour and 40 minutes, hour and 45 minutes. And
Not today.
not today. These drivers have had to start and stop. They actually got out of their trucks twice. So whoever wins this, it's going to feel extra special.
I'm looking at these 2 teammates on the top here and wondering, can they stay connected with that push and get the lead? I really feel like if they can clear for the lead, that they'll be very tough to beat.
All right. 44 laps to go at the line.
Yep, 44 laps left, and Corey Heim didn't take off well in the second to last restart. When Stuart Friesen was to his outside. Much better this time with Friesen pushing him. As the 2 front row motorsport trucks up on the outside trying to gain some ground, that would be the 38 and the 34. Lane Riggs, the push car in the 34, the 38 of Chandler Smith, and he's side by side for second off turn 2. Now the 52 gets a push from behind by the 19 of Daniel Hemrick. First time we've seen Hemrick in contention. 3 wide to the bottom. The 52 chops him off into the turn 3 entry. Hemrick had to get way out of the gas to keep there for being a wreck. Meanwhile, at the front of the field, shot out of a cannon off turn 4's Chandler Smith. He takes his first lead of the race. Leads that lap at the line, but he is not clear yet. Corey Heim side drafts him all the way through the tri-oval. More contact further back around Friesen. Justin Haley, Caden Honeycutt. Lane Riggs to the outside, catapults his way to second. Heim blocks him for the lead. Riggs is clear on his teammate. Moves to the inside. Heim went to throw a late block, but Heim was not clear. And the 34 is out in front. Lane Riggs leads for the first time today, and he does clear Corey Heim. Unable to do that was his teammate just a couple laps before. And now going for second place is Chandler Smith. Boy, the nighttime seems to be the right time for those front row motorsport Fords. Chandler Smith's truck is wiggling around a ton through the bumps on the inside of the track in turns 1 and 2. Ty Majeski pushing Corey Heim forward. Here comes the 52 of Friesen. Where'd he come from? A 3 wide slingshot to the inside as he gets by the 38. And the 98 to get right back into third, sandwich between them. And Chandler Smith, who was just fighting for the lead now, is going backwards as he falls out of the top 5 very quickly. And caution's out again with 41 laps to go. And trouble towards the back of the pack. This time it is Jack Wood and the 41 involved. Quite a bit of damage to the back of his race truck now. It's our fourth caution of the race, our second for incident, both incidental cautions at stage 3, and this one about 4 to 5 laps. These last 2 restarts have been nuts. 20 lead changes. And we still got 40 to go at the line here for Lane Riggs. I'm definitely not going to count on this being the last restart either. And I'm also not going to count on it being the last lead change. Taking a look to see what happened to Wood. Camera caught him right in the middle of 3 and 4. He was already sideways. Tough to tell if he had contact to his outside. Looked like it might have been Tony Breidinger. He was in the middle groove of the racetrack. Right as that spin took place. It was almost similar to how the caution before that was. Well, waiting on it. 39 to go this time by. 3 Fords in the top 5, 2 Toyotas. Highest running Chevy is Honeycutt in 6th. 6th, 7th, 8th are all Chevys, and then 9th and 10th also Fords. So 5 Fords inside the top 10. 2 Toyotas, 3 Chevys. Ford's definitely rising to the occasion here as we get closer and closer to the finish. Trying to replay that dive bomb from Stuart Friesen. Literally came from nowhere, off screen, to making that dive underneath of both Majeski and Gilliland. Couldn't have been any smoother either. Just past midnight here on the East Coast. Just over 3 hours into our Craftsman Truck Series race stream. About an hour and a half worth of red flags tonight between the 2 rain delays. Pop-up showers when not originally scheduled in the forecast to have any. We'll go through the full field running order here while we're under caution awaiting this next restart. Corey Heim will be the leader. Lane Riggs will be the leader. I'm not sure why he scored in 5th on our screen. Well, Lane Riggs is out in front. Corey Heim 2nd. Stuart Friesen 3rd. Ty Majeski 4th. Get our leaderboard to update. It does look like it's raining again. Under the caution. Hate to say it. But it looks like the camera lens are wet for a 3rd time. Very stop and go. What is the light goal? The light goal was 50, so we did get there already. We're at 63. Appreciate that, everybody. 38 laps to go under the caution. Dale Campbell and Matthew Dorter Bruno, thanks for tuning in. I don't think I shouted either of you guys out yet. We'll take our final break while we're waiting this next restart. Red flag, whatever happens next. You're listening live on KRC. I don't know if that water on the lens of the camera is from earlier or if that's live. Frank, you're a trooper too. We're all hanging in there. If we get another red flag, I'm going to have to refill my water. Still single file. They have not gotten the 1 to go signal yet. Still on a side-by-side commercial break as well. Caution flag is still out. Looks like rain continues to fall. Third time.
Welcome back to Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Caution is still out. We're getting ready to get back to green flag racing. We do have some drops reported at one end of the racetrack. It's just that annoying little bit of precipitation
It's annoying, all
seen
right.
throughout the night.
It's costing me my sleep.
Well, you know that
Pretty
that's
good.
a dream, Jamie. I didn't think it was a thing, but apparently it is a thing.
It is a thing, but it looks good right now. Right, Todd? No raindrops, right?
Well, I'm sorry to report, Jamie, that my bald head is telling me there's a few raindrops. Report for you too. Ty Majeski 98. You talked to Joe Shear's crew chief. Guys, when he got in that little incident on front straightaway, it actually winged out the body in front of the rear tire, which was taking air off the spoiler. So he got really loose. So they came in on that 2 pit stops ago, pushed that wing in, but Joe also dropped the track bar, and then that made it too tight. So on this last stop, Joe raised the track bar up. Ty's laking his truck again.
Wow, not giving up. Ty Majeski back in the game, restarting fourth here. So Lane Riggs shown as the leader over Corey Heim. It's Stuart Friesen and Ty Majeski.
NASCAR is still inspecting the track. It's on the verge of being ready to race on, but they want to be extra careful and cautious.
Well, when they go barreling off in that corner full wide at 180 mile an hour, I would say I probably want to make sure it's dry.
Yeah, I can respect that. Kind of goes part and parcel that, for these drivers to put on the show we wanted them to put on, they need a track to race on that's, capable of racing side by side. So NASCAR's doing their job to make sure that's the case.
Drop back just a little bit. Check in with Corey Day in the 7 truck, making his 5th career Truck Series start. Started on pole, ran up in the top 5. Good portion of this race, shown in 10th right now. What a commitment for this 19-year-old from Clovis, California. Got the call from Rick Hendrick, told a great story. I guess Jeff Gordon had texted his dad and said, "Hey, we're interested in talking to you guys." And he goes, "I don't believe that this is really Jeff Gordon. Send me a picture. Picture of yourself right now." And lo and behold, it was Jeff Gordon. He signed a development
Took a
deal.
selfie of himself.
I think he must have sent a selfie. It's really me.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Funny.
So Jeff Gordon, Rick Hendrick met with Corey Day.
If Jeff's watching, I hope he can verify that show, that story.
Isn't that a cool
That's
story?
a really cool story.
But they signed him to a development deal. He packed up his car with his girlfriend here in January, drove cross country to move to Charlotte, like all you drivers end up doing. Youngest USAC National Midget Series winner at 15 years old. What he's been able to do on dirt has been unbelievable. Kyle Larson really thinks he has the chops to kind of fall in line with what Kyle's done and end up over here for a while in NASCAR and maybe on Sundays one day.
It's off to a good start.
The commitment that you drivers put in at such young ages, I mean, everything, what your families do. These families that up and move and leave their homes to move to North Carolina to live the dream for their children, those stories are everywhere in these garages.
Boy, do you see it's a young talent right now. We're going through a wave of some really young kids coming in, and they're young men. I shouldn't call them kids, but they're coming up through the ranks at such an accelerated rate. Right? I remember when I was doing it, I was the really young person. Right? I was kind of breaking some barriers at the time. Now, it's not crazy to see a 13-year-old race on a late model. That used to be just nuts. Now it's a little bit more normal.
Keelan Harvick is racing late models.
It's unbelievable.
12 years old.
So this, just like every other sport, right? Kids are into it younger, and and they're getting good at a really young age.
Restarting.
Well, the development programs that are out there now, the scouting that's happening, the scouting just for pit crew members, Brad, I wanted to get into that. What you guys are doing at RFK. I mean, you've got some smart and talented and fit athletes on your team. Brown University, I mean, we're talking prestigious colleges. You guys are finding these athletes.
Well, they're going green, guys. They have chose the lanes they want. The pace car is pulling off. The chaos is going to begin again.
All right, boys, let's make it to the end. 34 laps to go here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Lane Riggs leads them into turn one. Corey Heim on the outside.
Ty Majeski with a great push, but not enough for Lane to get clear off of Corey Heim. It's going to get really interesting down the back straightaway, guys.
He's clear for a minute. He's got to make sure he gets Majeski to give him this push. Is Majeski going to try to slip him?
No.
Doesn't work. Guys, look at the 88 lane outside. Matt Crafton, after that infraction, looks like he is on the march.
The Caruth?
Oh,
yeah, Caruth.
Kind of rubbing his back.
Side by side at the line.
Caruth got loose and got into Garcia, I think.
Oh, this is so intense.
Front Row Motorsports for the 34 of Lane Riggs. Tricon Garage for Corey Heim. Thor Sport behind him with Ty Majeski. And Spire with Justin Haley.
Ty Majeski has clawed his way back into this race.
This is the one that got away from Ty Majeski last year. He led the most laps of the night, had that speeding penalty on pit road, took him out of contention. Now they've done all the right things and made the right adjustments. Here comes Ty Majeski on the outside, battling for that second spot.
And these guys know they gotta get these spots while they can, because we saw, after 10, 12 laps after restart, they all start to single file out. You gotta be aggressive. You gotta get all you can right now.
Chandler Smith, guys, in the 38 is really fallen back. He was up there battling.
Fan block. Ty Majeski on Stuart Friesen.
Look at Tanner Gray, the 15 up there in the mix. We haven't talked about him tonight.
Oh, we're going to see it right here on the outside. Great Infinger push to Taylor Gray. It's really intense racing here with Ty Majeski and Stuart Friesen. Ty Majeski's just not going to give up.
Meanwhile, Corey Heim is out front, got around Lane Riggs, 30 laps to go. Look at this battle for third. Relentless between Stuart Friesen and Ty Majeski.
Where the heck did Tanner Gray come from?
We saw the 13th
up to fifth.
Just a few seconds ago. And here's where it comes from. The 7 of Corey Day gets loose, slides up into him. Great save by Garcia.
Josh, what's going on with the 13?
Yeah, you saw the contact to the 13 there, and that caused the fender rub for him, so they had to come in and pull that out, and of course give him some new tires. So it was a good run for Garcia so far, but that's a little bit of a hindrance.
Ooh, Josh is talking about that. 3 wide off of turn 4, and Stuart Friesen is holding on to his truck. Very loose.
Tanner Gray, where did he come from? He is passing trucks left and right. He's passing Lane Riggs right now. He has been moving through the field.
They had to have made a big adjustment on that truck.
Well, this is a
we have
team
not
truck.
talked about it.
Yeah, team truck to our leader, Corey Heim, and the Tricon.
He's able to clear him for a second. Go run down his teammate. He has come from a pretty far ways back.
Tanner Gray started the race 18th, Tricon Garage. Their whole MO coming in here. We're not going to qualify well, but we are going to race well. And so far, it looks like they have hit their marks. This is the best run I have seen from Tanner Gray in quite some time as he tries to hold off that hard-charging 34 of Lane Riggs.
Lane Riggs did a good job there. He saw both those trucks go to the bottom. He saw the opportunity to get clean air and try to keep more throttle through the corner and get to the right rear of Tanner Gray. And good job from that. Now he's going to finish it fast.
Look at Grant Enfinger just searching around, going anywhere that he can get grip. There he goes again.
You know, run off this corner and give Lane Riggs a little bit of a push. If he can just clear Ty Majeski, which he does.
His run's going to get there just a little bit too late there, Brad.
And that little bit of side-by-side racing was just enough to slow him down.
Fight all here.
Grant's really liking that very high lane. I think Riggs is going to go back inside of Tanner Gray.
They're keeping Corey Heim in sight.
Grant Enfinger's now clear on the top. He's going to have this big.
Oh, what a save!
Sit.
What a save.
The momentum he lost there. He only lost two, three spots.
A little bit of confidence was maybe lost. Wow.
Oh. He's still trying to gather his spots here after that one.
I'm sure his tires are very hot and angry right now. We got to see this replay again. What he saved by Lane Riggs off a turn 2.
Dead nut sideways.
Tanner Gray, Joey.
Yeah, he's in a tricky aero spot. He got through those bumps and just. I mean, I know that doesn't look like much.
This
is a better angle.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a lot.
That's way sideways.
Hold on, buddy. Good job.
177 miles per hour sideways. He saves it.
And you don't get a minute to catch your breath. You got to go right back into the battle.
Yeah, but the battle comes to you, right?
Look at the battles all over the place. Meanwhile, Corey Heim out front, Tanner Gray's teammate just behind him. Grant Enfinger has been digging. There he is, up high still.
He's in a good run off the corner here on Tanner Gray.
He keeps getting these great runs, but he just can't quite do anything with him. This time he's going to get the outside.
He's going to try. He made a good block.
Tanner Gray said, no way are you getting outside of me. Stuart Freeman closing in on this battle as well now.
Caden Honeycutt. There's Luke Fenhouse. Haven't talked about him in a little bit. That 66 truck. Getting more opportunities. Part-time racer.
And Perez behind him. Only seen him much today. He's had just a steady day.
And Tyler Ingram. So solid early on. Most recent issue for him was that slow stop that got him mired back. Now he's back there battling for 15th. As the leader crosses the line, we've reached our Craftsman 20 laps to go. Gentlemen, we've made it. 20 to go. How is this going to shake out?
Corey Heim, air block there on Tanner Gray.
Grant Enfinger underneath him, trying to pull his pass off. You know, Stuart Friesen's right there if he's not able to pull his pass off. Oh, tied down his door.
Best chance he has had.
Not able to clear him.
So I'm trying to time this side draft to where he can pull him back down into the corner. Probably get the timing of it right. And it's going to allow Tanner Gray to clear him off too.
Tanner Gray, Map 15 truck. Been exciting week. He announced earlier this week, he and his girlfriend announced they're expecting a baby boy, their first baby later this summer. Off to a good start, working with crew chief Jeff Hensley.
Well, now you know why he's driving so hard. He's got to pay for that baby. You get that win.
Maybe need some new shoes.
That's right.
I had my daughter here with me today at the track, and we walked in the haulers, and she saw Tanner, and Tanner gave her the best candy going right now. I don't know if your kids love those nerd gummy cluster things. They got them at that hauler, and now she's got her favorite driver in the truck series.
Right, she's got something to cheer for right now.
That's right. Look at Gio Ruggiero in the 17. This is the battle for 13th. Caden Honeycutt has fallen back just a little bit.
Well, he had that spin. He's actually come back. He's up to 13.
There's racing all over the place. These
Great battles.
laps wind down. Just a reminder, next 3 truck races coming up Miami. It's the drivers only broadcast. Joey Logano, Brad Kozlowski will join Kevin Harvick in the booth Friday night. And we follow that up with Martinsville the following weekend. Then we go Bristol racing April 11th. So a lot of good tracks still to come. So we have some great racing still happening here as Ty Majeski, Stuart Friesen. This battle has been raging on since we had the restart.
Yeah, Ty Majeski's truck is handling a little better, but Stuart Friesen has been able to hear now.
All you. And he clears it, takes over the 4th spot.
Well, be interesting to see. I think Ty Majeski might have something for these front 3 trucks.
It's just long run truck early.
So long.
One stage
He's gotta
one
get
way
there.
back
These
when.
passes are not going to be easy to make for him. But he definitely has a fast truck. Look how much he pulled away from Stuart Friesen right there, just the one corner. And here we are again, right? That was 10 or 12 laps since the restart.
Yep.
And you've seen a little bit of separation again.
Handling starting to come into play.
I mean, these top 3 trucks are really all over each other, right? Grant, I think you put any of those trucks out front, they're going to look the same as Corey Heim does right now. They're all 3 of them are pretty equally matched.
Corey Heim's truck is just so hooked up. Obviously, with the amount of passing he's had to go through tonight, starting mid-pack and then having the speeding penalty. I finally get up front and check out. Corey Heim's led 28 laps so far tonight. There's Raja Caruth. Raja's last year's winner.
It's been a little quieter today than I think we expected. He was so good here last year.
He had a speeding violation earlier, too. He had a lot of pit road violations, which is common at Las Vegas. Why is that so?
I always feel like you're early on the season, and from a driver and team perspective, the chemistry is maybe not as great as it could be later in the year, and it's just easy to get yourself in trouble here.
For Raja, this is the night he needed. Just get a top 10 finish. He's wrecked out in the first 2 races of the season. The only driver that's done that. That's got to get down on you. So you come here, prove that you and your team are capable. By the way, he's with Spire still, but he has a different team, different crew chief, different guys around him. They're still adjusting to each other. So Raja in the 8th position right now as we ride on board. And you see Matt Crafton just out his windshield.
It's definitely a little faster.
He's able to have a good exit there, really able to pull and get a good run on that craft, but not quite enough, Brad, to get to his quarter panel.
I need Matt to slip up just a little bit. He'll be right there.
There's Tyler Ankrum just getting around Ben Rhodes. Back in the 11th spot. Ankram's really had a solid truck tonight. Just had some hiccups along the way. I wasn't able to fully show his capabilities. But it's been a good couple of weeks for him as Raja's still working on Matt Crafton.
Oh, running out of laps here. 10 laps to go. It's Tom. The trucks have really slowed down the last few laps. They've lost almost a second since the restart here.
I feel like this is the longest green flag run we've had. Maybe all race, or at least close to it.
Enfinger making another run here at Tanner Gray. He's going to get by him this time.
On the bottom, he has moved all around this track.
I'm not sure how he made the run happen there. It seemed like they kind of had equal separation there. It must have been a little hiccup somewhere, possibly from Tanner Gray to 15.
Well, the question is, does he have anything for 49? Doesn't have many laps left. 8 laps to go.
0.7 of a second back. He's there. He's in his sights.
He's going to get a little bit closer. He's probably getting a little bit of draft right there, but as he gets closer, he's going to get a little bit more draft and really be able to pull him in.
Last lap about 1/10 of a second faster. He's already pulled down into 6/10 behind now.
Corey Heim, Grant Enfinger, Tanner Gray, Ty Majeski, still freezing your top 5. Lane Riggs has fallen back to 6th. Matt Crafton in 7th. Raja Caruth, Justin Haley, and Chandler Smith has fallen back to 10th.
Got another 10th on him that lap.
Down 5/10 behind.
There he gets Raja to 7th.
one thing catching them, Brad. It's another thing passing them. And
Sure is.
Grant Enfinger's definitely making a run at it. And there you see, as he's caught up quite a bit in the last few laps. I think he can get there. But he's going to get in that wake, right?
Yes.
And as much as the draft's going to help him on the straightaways, it's going to hurt him in the corners.
It's right at that 5/10. This is almost when it gets the hardest for him.
You see Corey Heimer in the middle of the straightaway. He's trying to break that draft. He's trying to do whatever he can do to not help Grant along to be able to get that sniff, right? To get that little bit of draft down the straightaway.
Grant maybe didn't have the turn right there.
Yeah, it looks like he lost himself there.
Lost about 10.5 right there. He's just trying different things to try to get the air in the corners on his vehicle and the air
The outside
vehicle
looked
down the straightaways.
stronger in 3 and 4 whenever I've seen trucks
Finger
go
won
up there
four
throughout the night, but
former
not as much
winners
in 1 and 2.
At Las Vegas in the field, one back in 2018. And Corey Heim looking to get his first win at Las Vegas.
He's looking really good right here now.
He's a 12-time winner already in this series. At 22 years old, he is the youngest to ever get to 12 wins over Kyle Busch by almost 2 years.
His crew chief, Scott Zipadelli.
He's been around a long time, that guy. These two have such a special relationship. You guys know when you hit that lightning in a bottle with driver and crew chief and that chemistry, these two have it.
It's tough.
All right, still 7/10 of a second lead here for Corey Heim out in front of the field. Grant Enfinger in second place. Third, 1.7 seconds off the lead is Tanner Gray. Ty Majeski, 4.1 seconds back and forth. And Stuart Friesen rounds out the top 5 in fifth. He is 4.4 seconds back. This is the race for the win, though. If it stays green, it's down between Corey Heim and Grant Enfinger. The raw feed wasn't working there for a little bit, so I do apologize for that. Seems to be down late in this race. So I'm on the lap time screen, but that is the accurate top 5, top 6, in fact, in order of how you see them on screen is where they're at on the track. That last lap time was fairly even. Only 0.04 of a second quicker, in fact, was Grant Enfinger over Corey Heim. Tanner Gray continues to lose time to the two trucks in front of him. He's still got about 2.5 to 3 seconds to Majeski in fourth. Corey Heim going to work his way off turn 4 this time. White flag will be in the air. 1 lap to go. Enfinger's going to have to close at least 5 to 6 truck lengths on this final lap to get the win. Big block for Majeski on Riggs as Riggs gets to his outside. Battle for 4th place on the final lap. Grant Enfinger closes maybe another truck length or 2 in 1 and 2, but that's going to be about it. He's going to be frustratingly close, but not going to have a chance to get there on the final lap. Second win of the season in the first 3 races for Corey Heim in the 11 for Tricon Garage. He was leading at the time of the first rain delay tonight, and he's leading at the time of the actual checkered flag, which finishes under green flag conditions. 2 wins in the first 3 races of the year for Heim, the only truck regular to have a win, and he's got 2 of them as well, as he's still trying to chase that first career Truck Series championship. Grant Enfinger brings it home second, Tanner Gray third, Ty Majeski fourth, Lane Riggs rounds out the top 5 in fifth, Stuart Friesen 6th, Raja Cruz 7th, Zane Smith 8th, Matt Crafton 9th, and Tyler Ankrum will round out the top 10. Justin Haley in 11th, Caden Honeycutt 12th, Daniel Hemrick 13th, 14th for Ben Rhodes, Rio Ruggiero in 15th, Matt Mills 16th, Andres Perez 17th, Bailey Curry 18th, Dawson Sutton 19th, Connor Mosack rounds out the top 20. In 21st, Tony Breidinger, William Sawalich 22nd, Luke Fenhouse last truck on the lead lap in 23rd. Frankie Muniz 24th, Spencer Boyd 25th, Jake Garcia 26th, had that flat tire in that final restart. Corey Day 27th, Josh Reum 28th, Nathan Bird 29th, Jack Wood 30th, and Stefan Malozzi 31st. Looks like 3 drivers, 2 drivers DNF here tonight. We had 4 cautions, 2 of which for incident. And here's your race winner, Corey Heim. Heim time at midnight time.
Nice effort all around for this Tricon Garage team. They knew. Put aside qualifying, we're going to be good in the race. And they were. But it certainly wasn't easy.
Very clear that they made fantastic decisions at their race shop before they got here.
At all levels.
And it worked out perfectly. They knew exactly how it would play out. They did a very good job thinking this race through.
A lot of adjustments, rule changes coming into this style of race. A lot of guessing, right? A lot of simulation. Did we hit it right? Do we set the truck up right? Is it going to perform like we hope and think it will? And it certainly did tonight. He gets his helmet off. And our Todd Bodine is there with our winner.
Corey Heim, 2 wins in 3 races. What a great start to the season. And tonight you overcome that speeding penalty to go out and just outrun them at the end of the race.
Yeah, no doubt. First of all, our picker did such a good job getting us back out front. I made that mistake in stage 1 where I sped on pit road, set us behind, but incredible truck, incredible crew. Huge thank you to Tricon Garage, Toyota, Safe Life for all their everything they do. A little bit speechless right now. I mean, this wasn't exactly what we wanted as far as the weather being cold and whatnot. I feel like we do a lot better when it's hot and greasy and we're sliding around. So kind of mixed emotions going into this race, but clearly it paid off. Just had to do everything I can there. I think all of us were completely wide open at the end. So just did all I can, looking out my mirror, driving out my mirror, and worked out. So just huge thank you to everyone involved. Just such a good feeling to be a part of it, drive these fast trucks.
As a race car driver, I appreciate the communication that you and Scott Zipadelli have and what you guys have put together as this team, and it's just fun to watch.
Yeah, no doubt. Scott's awesome, man. We had a miscommunication last week, and that set us behind, but we were very motivated to come back here and redeem ourselves, and that's what we did. So couldn't be happier about my team, man. These guys worked their butts off and firing on all cylinders right now. Just got to keep it flowing. It's early in the year, so main goal is to win a championship, of course. So just got to stay up top all year.
Congratulations, Corey Heim. Josh?
Brandon Enfinger comes home second here in Vegas, charging towards the front in that 3rd stage. Was there anything different you could have done to get around Corey in the end?
I don't know. Maybe if I didn't miss it with the 15 and we got side by side and lost a little bit right there and probably went over our tire limit a little bit right there and hurt us to the end. But man, it's bittersweet. I don't like it when I feel like we had the fastest truck out there. This Champion Power Equipment Chevy was the class of the field at the end of a run, maybe not so much at the beginning of the run, and felt like we had an opportunity there. And you asked me if I could do anything different. I don't know, other than clear Tanner a little quicker than what we did. Corey did good. They were a lot better than us in a short run. And man, Jeff had this thing really, really strolling on a long run. Our pit crew did an amazing job getting us from 11th to 5th. Then we were in the top 5, then we could race with those guys. So, man, these guys at CR7 Motorsports have worked so hard this offseason. We made a lot of improvements, I feel like, personnel-wise and otherwise. And I think this truck is a testament to it. So thank you, Cody. Thank you, Pat, Scranny, everybody that allows us to do this. So also a big night for us at Champion Power Equipment. Their headquarters are here. Had a lot of employees here. Wish we could have got the checker flag, but we'll have to wait till next week.
Right in for your top 10 in every race so far this season, Jamie.
And valiant.
Pretty solid there for Grant Enfinger, a runner-up here tonight. Again, congratulations to Corey Heim on getting the win. We did go through the finishing results already. With the raw feed kind of tapping out a little early here, I don't have the other race statistics for this one, but we did have a total elapsed time of a little over an hour and a half between both red flags for rain here this evening. Obviously, we did not go past the scheduled distance with that longer green flag run to the checker. Being just less than 40 laps on that final green flag run. We did have 2 cautions for incident in stage 3. Those were the only 2 cautions for incident, 4 yellows total. And we did have over 20 lead changes because that's where we left off at from the last restarts. And 23 trucks again finished on the lead lap here tonight. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Be sure to hit the like button if you haven't done so yet. We did get to our goal of 50 likes, but we are currently at 66 and growing there. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet as well. We're on the road to 6,000 subscribers, hopefully 10,000 by the time the year is done in 2025. Appreciate it, everybody. As always, have a good, safe rest of your, I guess, morning now, as it's Saturday morning. What was a double header for Saturday is now a triple header. And we will be live for practice and qualifying for the NASCAR Cup Series tomorrow afternoon at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. And we will also be live at 4:30 p.m. Eastern for the Xfinity Series race. 3 p.m. Eastern Sunday for the Cup race, and the Truck Series will be back again next Friday at Homestead Miami Speedway for their next race out on the East Coast, and that will be an 8 p.m. Eastern start time there. So again, thank you, everybody, and have a good rest of your Saturday morning. I got to get to bed. I got to get up for work in about 4 hours. So have a good one, everyone.